Okay. I had a warning, so I dipped for a second, came back a second. Yeah. I don't know. I think that guy that Jillian kicked, I think he might have been the one that reported me, but yeah. So who? Oh, yeah. That one. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay, Mike. I was scrolling through the lives earlier,
Hmm.
and I didn't join it, but I happened to see one of the MAGA live streams, and I just saw a whole bunch of trouble, and then I saw the one big trouble problem child that I always hear about, Big Tex or whatever. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
He was in there?
Oh yeah, he was in there.
Up in the box?
Yep, up in the box.
Oh my God.
Um,
He's MAGA. He's MAGA
I,
now.
I'm
Oh my.
yeah,
Well,
I'm
he's
I'm not
been MAGA.
even gonna recite any of the shit I heard because it makes my brain hurt.
Wow. Oh my. Thank you for telling me that. Wow.
You're very welcome.
That is problematic.
Still digesting all of that. I'm just
Okay.
in complete and utter shock.
Yes, you did.
Me plus two. You're kidding, right?
Well, I only was around him in here or Regan's live.
And
But
Jonathan,
then the night
I did mod you on this account.
Well, much
um
appreciated.
but the night Mike got sick and the ambulance was called, um I know she will. Tyler, anyway, that night when Brandy called me and told me that you had got sick,
Yeah.
because I was asking because somebody come into Barrister's Live that I had never heard of and said you were out, and it scared me to death. Anyway, she had tried to go and tell him, and he throwed a fit on her, and she was pissed off at him then. So but I don't, unless I truly know the person that tells me and know that they're not going to exaggerate. I don't take a whole lot of shit that's being said seriously. Just like with swerving, I was in a live that a lot of that video was on, and I knew what happened, and it wasn't exactly the way it was portrayed to be. But I
Hmm.
did not want involved in that drama at all because I didn't
Yeah.
know any of it. In the end, I have met Barrister's the only person I have met in person, but I feel like I've met Mike because I've talked to him so much.
Hmm.
But in the end, it's just like a relationship that you get into online until
Yes.
you are actually with that person a small amount of time. You're not going to really know that person
Exactly.
and where their heart is. Oh, is this person really fucking serious or are you
Hold
joking?
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. No, he has 38 people. You can go and get rid of him.
Okay. I mean, fuck for mercy. Here, hell far.
So I got a question for that. I'm user or whatever his name's legitly I'm. What proof do you have that we're failing as a country because of Biden? Because I mean, the way I
Kenny, you
understand
gotta
it
go.
is,
I,
Kenny, do you want to come up here? Well, somebody got him. I was going to get him. This Biden's hairy legs. Biden didn't friggin' say that he let like little girls playing with his hairy legs. That is more bullshit propaganda.
They'll make he says anything close to relating anything with kids. I mean, if he says I know a great kid, they'll switch that around and make it out of
Right.
a pedophile comment. Joe
Well,
and the hoe.
Rutten, anybody with the name Rutten, like a deer ruts, needs to go. Okay, Joe and the hoe, Eric, you're a dickhead. Goodbye. That pisses me off more than anything.
Listen, let me tell you, when you come in here disrespecting a black woman, Joe and the hoe got to go. No, that's an automatic. I don't care if you got 50,000 followers. I don't care. You're done.
Well, the thing of it is Melania was actually pretty much close to one, but they thought
Yeah.
she was the greatest thing
Joe
since
and the hoe.
sliced
There you
bread.
go. There you go. There you go.
There's another one.
Yep. That's another one that I got. I wish Zonnie could stop getting them so fast. Makes me mad, pretty much. I did it, then. I did. Okay, thank you.
There's a fucking another one.
Me pad.
Exactly. Blobert and MTG. And hey, we might as well say it. Trump was a hoe. Still is if he could get it up. Hell, he screwed everything he could, whether they wanted to or not.
Oh my God! Thank you very much, girl. That's
Zonnie,
exactly
that was just
Zonnie.
locker room talk, Zonnie. Now, hey, and Sean, whatever your name is, the inflation is worldwide, and it ain't that,
And
and
the
you're wrong.
inflation is not 20%. I looked
No,
it up today. I looked it up today. I looked it up today, and it's not even close. Not even close
hang
to
on,
20 to
Mike.
30%.
And apparently, you didn't watch Ireland when Joe Biden was over there. That wouldn't disrespect, unlike when Trump went to England and they had the big fat diaper balloon. God, y'all
Hey,
ain't
hey, Zonnie,
fucking.
what is the inflation? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I hear you. Oh, that's right.
Okay, Tim P, she's not yelling, so I
Okay.
don't.
The inflation is now at last previous last one 5%.
I can hear you,
No,
Alex.
everybody's saying no down there. Brian. Okay, Brian Jason Brewer, would you like to come up and tell us about it? Send
If you
Brian
have enough,
Jason Brewer. I don't. Yeah, he's got enough. He's got the creds. Brian Jason Brewer. Let him come on up.
oh, that's Sonny right there. There you go.
Okay, so what I was going to say is I actually track cost of living for uh, to be able to set wages for our people.
Mm-hmm.
And I recently went in to go update based compared to last April. And the thing is that everyone looks like this general, like, oh no, there's inflation overall. Yeah, but you're talking about the entire nation's economy all on average, where some areas are actually seeing a correction in cost of living because we overestimated, what the inflation was going to be. And then also the housing market is going through a pricing correction. So some housing has actually slightly decreased in cost, because the housing market's just not as hot as it was a year ago, and especially as hot as it was 2 years ago. So the overall general cost of living has gone down. And you're seeing some market corrections happening right now. So when I did the cost of living, and that's just a rough estimate, about half of the cities and counties in the states that I cover, I actually had to decrease their bare minimum cost of living numbers, versus the other half. There's some that I did still have to increase, but nowhere near to the amount that we were doing. So what we're starting to see is like a level off and a correction. And if the Fed keeps raising interest rates, we're going to see a continual pressure on the housing market. And that means that housing costs themselves are going to generally decrease, right? Well, food is a factor. It's not the biggest factor in cost of living. Your rent is your biggest factor. For most people, rent is their largest bill.
Okay, I want to address John Musgraves here. John, we'll start. PACT Act, CHIPS Act, infrastructure, violence against women, cap sealed on insulin to $35. Anybody else?
Hold on 1 second, Doc. Chris, go ahead.
Well, I saw something in the comments that I wanted to address, but somebody just said Biden is the president of the world and inflation is worldwide, which is true. However, someone also said that Biden has to be one of the worst presidents in history. I would suggest you pick up a history book. Let's see. Just off the top of my head, Andrew Jackson, Andrew Johnson, Tricky Dick, Herbert Hoover crashed the entire fucking economy into a Great Depression, which caused the United States of America to adjust Inauguration Day at the close of his presidency by 2 months just for that fuck up. So, and of course, Donald Trump.
George W. Bush. Did you say it? Did you say George W.?
I did not, but he does get honorable mention.
Yeah.
Isn't Trump in the bottom 4 on the list right now?
According to Siena College, who tracks the success of presidencies, right now he is at number 4th from the bottom, I believe.
Wow.
Poor old Sunshine. She ain't real bright down there. She don't realize Trump has more dealings with China than anybody. That's why he had to pay him more taxes than he did the U.S.
I appreciate your list, Chris. That was awesome.
That was awesome. That was.
Brought to you by the DNC.
Respect a man that shook hands with a tyrannical dictator who brainwashes his people and punishes generations of families.
I'm going to tank. I'm going to smoke one just for you, you stupid fuck.
Hold on. Mason, you just typed, I did not have relations with that women. Okay. All right. That's fine.
Does that make Bill Clinton the worst president when so many other presidents also cheated on their wives?
Yeah. Look at Trump. He cheated on 3.
Somebody just mentioned $4 gas. See, here's the thing about these kids, and maybe some of them are kids, maybe just some of them have, purposely misplaced any knowledge of history they lived through or ever read. $4 gas is really not a new thing. And if you've lived long enough, you've seen inflation come and go several times. So this is why older people like myself are not panicked by it.
Yeah, at that point, definitely.
They need to go look at the gas prices in 2007, 2008 under Baby Bush. $4.89.
To your point, Chris, like inflation and deflation, which deflation rarely happens because a certain amount of inflation is actually built into our economy. And so they target a 2% inflation for growth within our economy. So it's not always a bad thing. Yes, hyperinflation or anything well above 2% can be bad. But, some inflation is not bad.
Hey, Pride, how you doing?
Here's the ironic about it.
Stop.
Hold on.
Trump cheated on
Hold,
3, so there we go.
hold on.
Here's
Brian, go ahead.
Here's the other end of that, though. In regards to inflation, you have to understand that inflation usually results from an economic trend. And what that economic trend does is that it endangers the bottom line of business. But in our country right now, under this so-called inflation, you have the trappings of inflation, i.e., the window dressing of inflation. But CEOs are making record money, giving out record bonuses, and businesses are raking in record profits. So clearly their bottom lines aren't endangered. So is this really inflation that we're looking at, or is it price gouging?
Brian, go ahead, man. You're mute. You're
Um,
mute. Brian, ma'am. Brian, you're mute. Go ahead.
Princess, are you talking to me?
Princess,
Not Fry.
Princess.
I
I'm
didn't know
reading the
you were
first.
talking to.
See, like I said, I told everybody earlier, I have my right eye. I have like an infection in my right eye, so I'm only reading
Oh,
three letters.
it's all right. It's not a feel. That's why I was like, you're not talking to me. But
can
hey,
I
how are
just
you?
say one thing real quick?
Wait,
Just
go
one
ahead.
thing. Tristan, the Supreme Court closed down the XL, which is the side park that wasn't even finished yet in 2018.
Okay.
Google could be your friend.
Okay. Go, Princess.
And in regards to that,
Yeah.
Thank you.
No,
pipeline,
guys.
people treat like
I got to let Princess talk, please.
Yeah,
I
all
can't
I
call
wanted
her.
to do is just join the conversation. Like, there's been a
Yes,
couple of
go
comments I
let
would
her
have loved
talk.
to have.
Everybody's talking over her, and please let her talk, please,
Oh, it's
please.
okay. I really honestly have nothing to say right now. I was just wanted to be a part of the conversation because there's a couple of people I really wanted to ask questions to specifically, and so I was like, I should just join and be able to ask them. So that's the whole reason why I'm here. So
And
I don't have
go
anything to
ahead.
say at this point.
Okay.
well. So let me say
Go
this
ahead.
real quick. In regards to that pipeline that people keep treating like the holy fucking grail, it's a spur, dude. And the stuff that they were pumping through it, we don't even have the infrastructure to manufacture. Tar sand oils from Canada were supposed to be pumped to the Gulf for sale in China, where they have the technology to manufacture tar sand oils. We weren't even part of the transaction. And any building on said spur would have lasted at best a couple of months. And I think Biden's boosted jobs in this country well beyond what
Well,
would have
the
been used
XL is
to
still
put together
running,
that
or the
that
pipeline
pipeline.
is. The pipeline is
Tar-
still
The pipeline
running.
itself is
The
still
Okay.
the
XL
pipeline
part
itself is
is
isn't.
still
still
running,
running,
but
Tar-
that
not
spur
the
doesn't exist.
Tar
That spur doesn't
Tartron.
exist because the Supreme Court said no, you can't run that spur through Indian land, or Native American land. That's not going to happen, and they shut it down in Trump's term. All Biden did was come in at the tail end of all of that and pull the permits for a pipeline that the Supreme Court said no to.
Okay.
He
Tartona,
shredded some paper.
can you please tell me why is Biden in trouble? I just need to know that. I know you can't come up here, but in chat, I want you to tell me why is Biden in trouble. I'm trying to figure. I mean, really, I've been trying to figure this out right now since he's been in office. Everybody keeps saying he's getting arrested. He's getting arrested for what? Please tell me for what.
Bear in mind, the same people that says that Biden is getting arrested are the same people who were in Dealey Plaza waiting for JFK and Jr. to come back to bestow the presidency upon Trump. So,
Yeah. Truth and
grain of
love.
salt.
How
Hey,
you doing?
look, listen, bro. You said Biden 2024. I
Yeah.
wanna ask you a question.
Go
What
ahead.
makes you want to support Biden? What did he do in the last 2 years? Right?
He passed a lot of legislation that Trump didn't pass.
Such as
PACT Act,
CHIPS
what's
Build
Act,
Back, yeah, CHIPS Act,
infrastructure,
infrastructure.
put a cap on the price
Okay,
of one to $35.
I already hold on. If I only name one, I already named one more than Trump already passed.
Big O, this is
Hold on,
not
hold on,
fucking
Lex.
murder.
Hold on, Doxy. Hold on. Don't worry about them right now. Don't worry
Don't worry
about
about the
them.
comments for a minute.
Yeah. Truth.
They gonna
What you
stress
got
you
to say?
out.
What's they got to say?
What? You want to talk about facts? Let's talk about the World Economic Forum
We'll
and
talk
Agenda
about World Green.
21
Talk about it. Talk
and the
about it.
train derailments and the
No,
1,200
the
food
train derailment has nothing to do
processors
with
that
Biden. Let's
burned
go
down
for
under
train
Biden
derailment.
and
Train.
the
Truth.
inflation.
Truth.
And when you
Truth.
go to the
Truth.
grocery store,
Truth.
you see them
Truth and
prices.
false. Truth. You're not going to talk over me. That
Okay,
ain't going to
okay.
happen.
Speak your piece, bro.
Okay. I'm going to speak my piece because this is my
I don't
live.
care. Speak your piece.
Don't yell at him.
Got
You
it?
got 2 seconds
Yo,
to correct
he
your
ain't
fucking
God.
attitude.
Yo,
Quick,
stop
quick.
Now,
treating him like
like I
God. He's a
said, the
regular
train
normal
derailments
person.
had nothing
Speak your
to
piece.
do with
You
Biden.
need to shut the fuck up. Mute yourself.
Chill out, bro. Chill.
You chill the fuck out.
He can speak his piece,
You need to
but y'all
shut
gonna
up.
stop
No one
treating
can
this
talk
man
when
like
you're
he's
fucking
God. He's a
talking.
normal person
No,
like
I'm
you. We
sorry,
all
Mr.
bleed red.
Privilege.
Okay?
You're afraid that people can't hear you. Fucking asshole.
I'm sorry, I might have overstepped my bound, but I kicked him because I can't stand that. You're being disrespectful to the host.
And as the man was saying, derailments have nothing to do with Biden. Those train tracks were there for a good long time, and those companies
Go
were
look up. There's an
those
average of like close to
bad.
5,000 train derailments a year. Go look it up. He didn't talk about ice cream. He was in the middle of a thing with kids there. He wasn't going to bring it up in front of the kids. If y'all had a half-assed fucking brain, you'd know this shit.
And train derailments, and like she said, do happen on fairly common basis, and it's kind of scary that they do. However, Trump had infrastructure week regularly throughout his term, at least 5 times, and yet we still have train derailments before the infrastructure bill was passed, or for that matter, just after the infrastructure bill was passed. So what did you expect? That the infrastructure bill would be passed and train tracks would magically repair themselves within the 3-month period after it had been passed?
A lot of
Right,
it was due to the regulations that Trump undone.
Yeah,
So
but
you
yeah,
got
that's what I
train,
was
you got
about to say.
train
It was a 2018 repeal of Obama's laws that were passed in 2015, that like the brake structures and everything else that it was on the trains, that was of this 2018 bill that was passed underneath Trump. And it was repealed from a 2015 Obama administration.
Interesting. I saw something in there. I was going to type something in here, but I was saying, wow, Biden's driving trains now. I know, right? I thought he was an old senile dude hiding in the basement, election stealing ninja. I mean, y'all got to pick a
What
lane.
just
Either he's
happened?
driving
What
trains
happened?
or he's a senile ninja. I don't get it.
Hold on,
It
Doc.
looked
What?
like you were paused.
Yeah, something. I went out. I don't know what happened. It. Shit.
I don't know
What
because
happened to the?
like
What happened to the guy?
everybody cut out, and then
What happened? What happened to the
I'm
guy?
supposed to. What guy?
The guy I had up here earlier that his name was Truth something.
I don't
Somebody
know
booted him.
because I didn't boot anybody. I can't boot anybody. But like you guys were talking, and then all of a sudden all your boxes went away, and it was just a big picture of Mike. So I don't know what happened.
Wow.
Well, Orange Man
It
is
was some
bad.
kind of TikTok glitch.
Okay.
I would refrain from referring to him as Orange Man. That looks bad. Oompa Loompas. He's actually Piss Yellow Man, but perhaps
Are,
Bronx
are,
Orange, Bronx Brown Man. But Orange, yeah, I wouldn't insult Oompa Loompas that way.
Arturo.
Hey, sir, thank you for having me. Don't forget the budget the GOP just came through with, and part of that was for cuts for the trains. and the infrastructure of the trains. I don't remember what the percentage is off the top of my head, but that's in the GOP budget that they sent forward. Y'all might have seen that. And as far as the economy, it's just an opinion between Trump and Biden. So I'm going to say both of them. You can't print up trillions of dollars and not expect it to affect the economy in some kind of way. I just don't think that's possible.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Ask me anything you want.
Why is it that with a lot of you, economy comes first and humanity always comes last?
I'm sorry, a lot of you?
I'm talking Trump supporters, because or people that are on the fence, they always say when they come in as Biden, is it my echo?
No,
Yeah,
I
sure.
can't. But
Okay,
so
I have my eyes open enough to see if something is negative on both sides or positive on both sides. Not every Republican is pro-life, and not every liberal is anti-gun. So that statement is incorrect as far as what you think I am. I'm a liberal. I'm more center of the road. I do vote both sides, but I lean liberal heavily.
It's just when people come in and automatically talk about the economy, it makes me give someone kind of the side eye.
Okay,
I was
guys,
talking about the economy. You guys were talking about the economy, and I just gave an opinion about it. I don't believe you can put up all that money.
Guys.
Yes, sir.
Arturo, mute for a second, please.
Okay, it's not me then, Arturo. It's okay. I think it's just TikTok.
Yeah, it's Turo. No, it's Turo. No, it's Turo. He just muted and I don't hear it, so he might have to go down and come back up.
Or he can just turn down his phone, which if he's using, say, for instance, a Galaxy Note 20 like me, can be a little loud and echo back into his mic.
Because I am really having. Here's the deal. I don't want nobody to feel offended or nothing like that. I am right now getting very irritated. The reason why I'm getting irritated because all night I've been hearing people, their background noise, their technology is getting on my nerves. I'm a person that gets irritated very easy by noise. Only by noise, and I can't stand background noise and the echoes and stuff like that.
Michael, I gotta go.
Everybody just drop down and come. Some people just drop. Not you, lady. Okay. Well,
is this better? I turn down my volume.
Okay. Lady, I did ask you to leave. You didn't have to leave. Yeah, you still got it going on, man. All you gotta do is go down and come back up. Just go down and come back up. That's all you gotta do. Fix the problem and come on back up. I was glad to have you.
Hey,
Mike. See if I can figure out how to do that.
After all my 5 years inner ear reconstruction surgeries, a lot of times my ears sound like busted speakers. And it's already hard enough because in one ear I hear more out of the back of my head, and the other one I hear like right in front of my ear. I can't tell direction at all. But then I had the busted fucking speaker to it, and I'm miserable.
Right. I didn't want people to get offended. I just noise.
That was driving me insane too.
Especially when I'm trying to talk. When I'm trying to talk and I'm trying to hear everybody else talk. And I'm trying to hear people talk, and the background noise is killing my ears. It really was. It was killing my ears. And lady, I didn't want you to be offended. I didn't want you to take offense to it. You didn't have to leave. I just wanted the noise to leave. It wasn't you. I told her twice it wasn't her. I said, it's not you. It's not you. It was Arturo. And I want Arturo to drop down and come back up because it was obviously him. So, I mean, she left, got upset and left. I didn't want her to leave. I Because I wasn't even talking to her.
Hey, Mike, I'm kind of getting suspicious here a little bit. I bet I have blocked 30 to 40 that have absolutely zero followers, following maybe one. And
Yeah,
I'm
you can't do
kind of
that.
getting suspicious that your live's getting watched.
That's fine. Let them watch it. I don't care. I don't care. Hey, Jeff.
Hey,
Toro,
what's up?
you still going?
What's
You
going
still having
on?
some issues, man. Toro, you still having issues.
You just need
I
to
don't
stay on
know.
mute, Arturo, unless you're talking.
Yeah, you guys need to stay on mute. You're still
Okay.
bad.
Oh, that's me?
Yeah, that's you. That's you.
No, it's Arturo. He needs to mute.
Arturo.
Yes, sir.
Can you put
Is it
yourself
me?
on mute when you're not
Yeah, you got
talking?
to put yourself on mute, man.
Okay. Then I think it's Jeff's turn to talk. Good job, Arturo.
I just wanted to say, man, listen, I wanted to talk about white supremacy, white privilege and all that. What I wanted to say is it's coming down on everybody now. You know what I mean? It's coming down on everybody. It's coming down on the middle class whites, lower class whites, whites in poverty, blacks in poverty. It's not like it used to be in the 60s or the 50s when all white people benefited from racism and white supremacy. It didn't matter if you was poor or whatever, you was still white. But now it has manifested itself into such a big thing that it's coming down even on women now. It's coming down on middle class people. And I understand now why some white people feel that they feel like they're in oppression too. Because right now, it really doesn't care if you're white or black right now. It cares if you have the money or you don't have the money. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Kind of reminds me back in the 50s and maybe the 40s when they used to send people to war. They used to send the poor white people, the poor people, off to fight in the war. That's what they did.
Yeah.
But see, when you say that, and you're exactly right, and when you say that, now most white people say, I told you that we were being discriminated against. I told you that we have been oppressed. I told you we have been oppressed. No, that's not what that means.
Yeah.
That's
And
not
I
what that
started to
means.
understand that. I started to understand that too, because I had to start looking at it and say, you know what? But they're also voting for that. They're voting for that status that's not given to them anyway. You know what I mean by that? They might vote for somebody that's not going to give everybody.
You all right?
You good?
Jeff. Uh-oh.
Oh,
That didn't sound right.
I don't know. Sound like you dropped something, maybe.
Jeff? I'm gonna keep you here, man, till everything.
me a
I know
second.
everything's okay. Wow, that was not good, Jeff. 'Cause he grunted.
Yeah, it sounded like he dropped something, like his phone or earbud or something like that. Oh, he
I
left.
didn't like that. That's Jeff. Come on back up if you can hear me. Make sure you're okay.
His service might have
Buenos
dropped out.
Well, that's
just wanted to tell you, I don't want the country brought together because I have no room in my life for freaking MAGA fucks. I just don't. So
I was gonna unless Chris Aratora wanted to jump in first, kind of address a couple of the things that he had said. And one thing was that, yes, I agree that, white supremacy hurts and harms white people, and they're too fucking dumb to not notice it, right? Especially those of the lower class, especially women, especially people in the LGBTQIA, right? However, no matter how poor you are, no matter what your other intersections are, if you are white, I still truly believe, and the facts back me up, that you have white privilege, though. Because no matter what, you will always be white first. And you will always be able to walk in the room within your white skin and have that protection of that white skin versus other people. And then that's the white privilege. And when all else is equal, you're not going to be discriminated against because of your skin color. No one's going to come after you specifically because you are white. That's the privilege.
Zonnie.
Mm-hmm.
And I, with everything I've got, believe these people that are thinking right now that it's okay to take some women's rights and the trans rights and blah, blah, blah. It might not affect them today. It might not affect them next week, but it's coming if they let it continue.
Well, it's always affected us. It's always affected white people, like, people in the LGBTQIA,
Right. I'm
like
talking about
myself,
these
or
people
women.
that are not giving a shit that this stuff is being taken.
Yeah.
They don't think there's anything to it.
I understand what you're saying.
Right.
So
it don't affect them until it's something they want.
While Mike is paused, I want to see if anybody... There he is. You good, Mike?
Yeah, I had to text somebody real quick.
Good. We thought we had an Elvis situation there for a moment. It was just grunt and drop. It was... We didn't know if you were on the toilet or whatever else. And we don't want to know. It's cool. You can... Whatever. But we hear an echo.
I want to say something, and I want her up here while I say this. And she just left. Damn it. Hold on.
Who was that?
Go ahead and talk. I'm gonna text her and tell her to come.
Okay.
Jerry, you think Biden has taken us back? You think Biden took us back to the 50s?
That was Trump. All Trump and people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is saying it out loud and y'all aren't listening.
To be fair, some of them are clapping. So some of them are listening.
Hey guys, do you still have an echo with me?
No.
It's gone now.
Sounds good.
You are AJ squared away, sir.
Go ahead.
Correct. Reagan was a horrible president who gave us crack in the neighborhoods, Iran-Contra, and a whole shitload of other things.
And trickle-down economics, the worst thing that ever happened to our economy, ever. And how they actually slide that in there like it's some real economic policy is
exactly
beside me. Like, I've taken quite a few economics classes, and I promise you none of them teach trickle-down economics as an actual legitimate way to grow an economy.
Biden is not splitting us up any more than Barack Obama was responsible for racism. It's amazing to me. People are like, racism didn't exist until Obama came in, and then there was racism, so it's his fault. No. Racism was a reaction to Obama's existence.
Right. Racism,
Arturo, you might have to mute again.
Racism came out because so many could not handle the black half of that man and his family in the White House. That is exactly why it came out.
And
then Trump made it even more okay to be racist and hateful and everything and bigoted and everything. So I voted for him both, and I'd vote for him again today. And he's hot as fuck, just so you know.
That's Trump's superpower.
Hold on, wait a minute. Whoa. It was going in order. You didn't finish. You was getting ready to finish.
I was just going to point out some fun irony that, because I mentioned trickle-down economics, and this whole ass white cisgender straight man with his family and his picture said, "Oh yeah, it trickled down right in my wallet." Are you surprised that it was that whole ass white man that who is straight, who has a family, was the person who benefit or thinks they benefit from trickle down economics? Like, what do you think the system is designed to do?
And we'll be
Sorry.
right back with trickle down
Well, hang
economics
on.
in just a moment. But someone said in the
Weekdays.
comments,
Hold
someone
on,
said in the comments
guys.
that
Let Chris finish. Let Chris finish.
somebody said in the comments that Obama is rich now, but he wasn't before. Well, dude, he had 2 best-selling books before he ever became president, and they put your credit cards in hock along with everything else when you become president. That's 8 years. Some fairly smart leaving your money in the hands of some fairly smart investment bankers while you're raking in millions on 2 books, in addition to Netflix and everybody else paying the man to show up and speak everywhere he goes. Well, almost everywhere he goes. He does campaign stops for free. But it's not hard to become rich when you're that fucking popular and people are throwing money at you after you're president of the United States, especially the first black president of the United States.
Okay, I got to say something
You
since she's
summoned
up
me.
here.
You summoned
Yes, I
me.
did.
You
Yes, I
called
did.
me a marshmallow and you summoned me.
No. Hold on. I gotta say something. And you need to show your face when I'm talking to, ma'am. You got to
Wait,
show your face.
hang on. Wait, you want me to
Caleb.
show my face? You want me to show my face after you
Yeah.
said I'm so short that I crawl and I don't walk? Really?
No. Oh, no. She's taking what she said about me. Hold on. Okay, listen. This
Go again. Here we go again.
this is what she said about me. I want y'all to listen.
I
As y'all
didn't
know.
say it about you. I was telling him a story about an
No.
old high school girl
See,
I
you
used
want
to
to?
hang out with.
No. Don't try to hide it now. Sorry. Now, like I said, well, he said something about, y'all know that I had both my feet on my toes have been cut off, and my left foot, half my foot been cut off. Okay, everybody knows. A lot of people know that. Okay, I said I will stand with both my feet in the ground and say it. With both toes in the ground, all my toes in the ground. She said, "You mean your fingers? Because you don't have toes." Said you don't walk, you crawl. And I went for a job today, and she said, so you did a handstand and then did a handstand around the whole neighborhood? That's what she said to me. She she said she called me Nubby Nubs. She said, "You nubby bastard." That's what she said to me today. That's what she said, Johnny. Yes, Johnny, you got to believe me.
I always
Seriously.
believe women. I'm sorry.
Oh, you know what? Johnny.
Y'all been
You know
bro
what? I'm
coding
gonna, I'm
us
gonna,
for
I'm gonna reflect
centuries.
back to what my mother used to say to me when I used to say the teachers were lying on me. That man ain't got no reason to lie on you.
Oh my God, no reason. Oh, Johnny, sorry. Johnny,
What?
I've been wanting to do this right here for a long time. I've been wanting to do this.
What?
Oh
Are you
my.
gonna kick me? You gonna kick me? We gonna have words.
God.
We are
She
gonna have
called.
words if you kick
She
me.
look at her. She's sitting there looking on. Well, she was reading something to me. She said, "Well, let me read it, because your dumb ass can't read." She said that to me. She said, "Are you crying because you can't read, or are you are you crying because you dumb as hell?" What did she say? What is she doing?
Her note says lies. Lies and slander. Lies and slander.
Well, you know what? Hold on. You know what?
This is why she's marrying me, Mike.
I kicked her.
Can't we all just get along?
No, you're not coming back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let me get one thing in, guys, real quick.
Please let Goddess
Go ahead.
back.
So,
Go
you know,
ahead.
as far as Obama getting rich, I don't know of any politician that make it into any kind of position that don't leave rich. They all leave rich. They all leave with money. They all have the ability to loan their own campaigns money and collect interest on it. So they're able to be their own bank. It's one of the
Yeah.
loopholes that they get to do, and they never vote against it. And the other thing with Reagan, I think Reagan was the benefit of time because Carter was in there, and they just came out of Vietnam. And anytime you come out of any war, you're gonna have a bad economy. I don't know why that is. I'm not an economist, but that's just the way it is. I mean, Bush was horrible with Iraq. So at every time, and if you go back to World War II, World War I, it's the same thing. The economy struggled after those wars, and you have to try and get back to where you were. So I think Reagan was at the right time for Republicans because he had 4 years after Vietnam before he came in. I mean, it's just an opinion, but that is what happens to the economy after military encounters or
Yeah.
significant military encounters.
But you also
Oh,
have to remember that Reagan's election was a gimmick.
Oh
We had
yeah.
hostages, we had hostages in the Middle East that Carter was trying to get out. And quite frankly, Carter had no president before Carter had ever had to deal with the fallout of 20 years of us trying to insinuate ourselves into the Middle East for the oil by installing and propping up political figures. So on the tail end of that, you had a certain level of radicalism that took hold because of it. And because of that, hostages were taken. And I say that Reagan's election was a gimmick because he took his ass over to the Middle East and made a deal with them not to release those hostages until or unless he was elected president. And the moment he was, they released them.
First of all, I would like to say, Cha-Cha, I did invite Great up here. He didn't accept the invite, so y'all gonna start the mute. And second of all, Twilight, you are a mean person, and I tell you right now, no, yeah, I tell you right now, I see when I usually get off, I usually call. Um,
Oh,
um,
my S is backwards.
I usually call Goddess before I go to bed. I call. We sit and talk, and and after we talk, she usually say something mean to me. Something like, I said, well, look, time for me to go to bed. She'll say something like, take your dumb ass to bed. You're gonna be a lot dumber tomorrow than you was today. And she'll say something like that. She said that last night when she hung up. She said, you're a lot dumber. You're going to be a
You know
lot dumber
what?
tomorrow than you was today.
And
And
after all of
and
this, he still keeps calling me.
Zani, and I am really hurt. I am really disappointed in you.
Really hurting what?
Nutty, I want to let Nutty handle you. And,
Dude, that's just her pulling your hair, man. That's that grade school love shit.
Yeah, she just I don't know what's wrong with her. And and I got
Mike,
Judge in here now. He can stand up for me. Go ahead, Nutty.
I'm against you now, Mike, because according to Zani, you said that she was your favorite mod. So there's that. So
that's just probably screen recorded. I should have screen recorded that shit.
No.
He's trying to Tucker Carlson you right now. He's trying to turn the whole mod community.
No. I said she's my best mod now that you wasn't in here. Now that you're here.
That is not what he said.
Wow.
You actually did say that. Never mind.
No. Same thing for you too. Same thing for you too.
These conditions no more.
Goddess. Same thing for you too. You wasn't in
I'm
here
going on
neither.
strike.
So since she's here, since she was
Son,
here and you two wasn't here, she's my
Mike is over
favorite. Oh
talking to
my
you right
God,
now.
I want to get it
Hey,
either way. Oh,
Zonnie, I'm inclined to believe you.
You are
I'm
digging
inclined
deeper
to
with
believe you because he took my modding privileges away on this account. I don't even have modding
Okay.
privileges on this
yes, you
account.
do.
See?
Hold on, wait a
No, I
Right,
minute.
don't.
right.
No, I
Mods
don't.
unite.
You know
Yep,
what?
yep.
And
I
you're
hear ya.
not even. And you're not even. I'm not even following you. What happened? I'm not even following you. Hold on, wait a minute. Let
That's
me. Okay,
that's
let me.
because I
That's
unfriended
easily
you.
corrected. That's easily corrected. So, hey, stop it. I don't want to hear it.
Hey,
And
Chris.
Did you
Troy, you
just
might
hand
have
this
to.
man a ticket? I'm sorry. Did you just hand this man a jackhammer? Because this hole is getting deeper.
I just wanted to say one thing about Reagan before I get booted off because I only got 1%. But the thing about Reagan, he was charismatic and he was well spoken, and I think that helped him tremendously in getting voted the first and the second term. I mean, it's an opinion, but if you look back at all the speeches, the guy spoke well. He was an actor. I mean, he knew what to do. It's just an opinion.
That doesn't
I didn't
change
see
the fact that he was a piece of shit who married the girl who was giving out the best blowjobs in Hollywood.
And that his acting was as
why
bad
he
as
got
his
elected.
presidency.
I mean, because Trump was worse than Reagan, if you want to put that out there. but
All
I'm
right,
putting out,
stop
he
whining. You're
was well
back.
spoken. He was well spoken, and he was charismatic. He was not like
He
Trump.
could crack a hell of a joke. This is a man who said, "Where would
I despise
our
the
country
man.
be without this great land of ours?"
I wouldn't even listen to him. Oh, God, he pissed me off.
Who?
Reagan.
Crack a hell of a joke,
So
though.
did.
But at the
So
same
do y'all?
time, you're still pumping crack into the neighborhoods.
Oh my God, real.
Bye,
Yes.
Judge. Judge left, Mike. He said bye.
I saw.
Judge.
What's wrong, all of you? Is this a joke? No, Bill, this is not a joke. Well, I mean, what? I mean, what's more of a joke that you have only 41 followers and you can't come up here and ask us? That's more of a joke. And as for you, Nutty,
You know what's
see, you
even
got your,
funnier? He has a
you
meme
got.
that says he
Okay,
needs no
Toro,
schooling.
you might have to mute again.
What's even funnier
It's
is
okay.
he
I'm getting
had.
ready to die. You guys, thanks for having me, and have a
Yes,
good
sir.
night. God bless.
You too. Thank
Bye.
you.
What's even funnier is he has a meme that says he needs no schooling.
Oh my
Buffalo
God.
Bill, I'm going to say something to you that should sound familiar. It puts the followers in the bin, or else it gets the hose again.
I have two questions. Since that Toro come up, what happened to the other Toro that used to be around all the time?
That's a
He's
long
not on
story.
TikTok anymore.
That's a long
Okay,
story.
I just wonder. I haven't seen him anywhere. And has
Yeah,
anybody seen Station?
I bought that up the other day with somebody, and I found out what happened to him. So
Yeah.
he's gone. He's
Same with
just not on
Station.
TikTok.
Station
Who?
left a couple months ago, and he's not
Who?
around anymore either.
Who?
Station.
I
Station.
was wondering about him.
Yeah, he's been gone missing for a couple
A lot
months.
of people were worrying. John Stone had been trying to call him, and it only goes to voicemail.
Huh.
I don't know. I don't think anybody's actually met him in person yet, so nobody really knows.
Barrister and them met him last year in Vegas.
Oh, did they?
I met
Mhm.
him. I had lunch with him. We had some like pizza thing where we were sampling all of this stuff at this pizza place. This was
You didn't have
gosh,
to tell.
a while
You didn't have
ago.
to tell us. You did not have to tell us what you ate. Gracious life.
I have pictures of all the food.
Rip, RJP, not as bad as you, because you're a moron.
And
A
the fact that
moron.
and the fact that Zani is just taking her side just because she's a female, and being that she did insult me, she
I did
insulted me.
not.
She insulted me. My toes. You said I crawl. I don't walk. I crawl. I don't
Mike,
walk. And
Mike,
and I and
you're the one
oh,
who said I look like a big, huge jar of mayo, and I need to take my lard ass out and get some sun. You call
oh
me
my
a fat
god.
ass, man. You call me a fat ass.
Now I take exception to feet jokes because I had to grow into these things, and quite frankly, walking around as a 12-year-old looking like a hobbit was not fun.
She did it. She it wasn't a joke to her. She's I mean that shit, and I would say that shit with all my marshmallows down. I mean all my toes in the sand. I would say that. I'm sorry,
Awful.
guys. I'm sorry, guys. You know I love you,
I know I love you too.
but you're
I can
mean.
only hope
You're
that
real mean.
she's not like a redheaded Irish girl who burns like a vampire in the sun. I'm just saying.
No.
How
What's
would
wrong
you
with, hang
like,
on,
Goddess?
redheaded Irish girls that burn in the sun? I'm feeling called out right now.
Her height. She is 4'1".
Who?
Ooh,
Got
fun
it.
size.
Who?
Goddess.
Oh, I'm 4 feet. I'm 5'1".
You can pick her up like a baby and say, "Hey, nice to meet you. How you doing?"
He says when I sit on the curb that my legs swing back and forth.
She sits on a curb and swings her legs.
I meant to
I
show him when he was on Meet with Me the other day when I was driving how close I was to the steering wheel.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Did you have like little boxes on the bottom of your feet so that you could hit the pedals?
Well, Goddess, don't
Yeah.
feel bad. I'm 4'11".
See?
See? Could be
I'm
worse.
only 5'2", so
See?
You're
I'm
all
Hey,
full inch.
Muppet size. You
wait a
all
minute.
sit
Come back
on a
up. Hey,
curb
Reek.
singing.
Reek,
It's not
come
easy
back up
being
here.
green like Kermit.
Fake news.
Where Reek? Oh, there you go.
A professor left.
Mm-hmm.
He's just jealous because I'm the favorite mod. That's all it is.
I'm 5'5", and I
Dang, look at that. Daxon's
Reekin
got a
is
little height.
7'2".
hi
Wow.
Reekin, my buddy.
He's muted.
You're muted.
I muted him.
Reagan's got that Bucky
No, I'm
Barnes
just-
Captain America comic book flag going on there.
You know, Puerto Rican flag.
I love that flag. Reek. There we
there you go.
go.
We got the
There
background.
we go.
Hello? Who these? Who these?
The Reek.
You said
Reekin
7'2".
had love the other
Shit.
night,
Reekin is 7
and he
feet
was
2 inches
called.
tall.
But in Reekin's live the other night, he was called everything but a Puerto Rican. Wouldn't you,
Oh
Reekin?
yeah.
Fucking odd. So odd. I mean, the flag is right fucking there. It's so odd. You're a Mexican, go back. I have no problem with being Mexican and shit, but still, the flag is there. The shit says Rican. Do 2 and 2 and you get fucking 4, hopefully.
Hopefully. Some of us do. I mean, some of us. Not all of us. You know, some of us do. Ain't that right?
Leave me out of it.
Say that. I'm just asking. Donnie?
You have to remember that some of these people, the last Latino they respected with an accent thick as Jello was Ricky Ricardo. So
Yeah. Yeah. And from what I heard, Ricky Ricardo wasn't Puerto Rican.
He's Cuban.
Cuban.
He's Cuban.
Yeah, he was Cuban. Yeah.
He was. and he, to me, he didn't talk with an accent. To me, I didn't think he did. Did y'all?
A little bit.
Did
For
y'all?
that day and age, to be on TV on a show like that, that was
Now,
unusual.
now about Ronald Reagan. I mean, did anybody hear the tapes of Ronald Reagan? The tapes that came out when he said the N word. He called some people the N word. You go look on YouTube. The tape finally came out. He calls people the N word. Him and another guy was talking on the phone. Said those ends that are something. I forgot what it was. What the conversation was about, but he did say the N word.
The last time a Republican proposed any type of common sense gun laws was when the Black Panthers showed up with guns over their shoulders at the California State House.
Yep. Yep.
Actually, that is very true. That is very true. What was that? 1972, 74?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly true.
And the Trumpers were saying that's an insurrection. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I hate to tell y'all that.
It
It
wasn't.
wasn't an insurrection.
They didn't point the guns at anybody. They
Yep.
just showed up, exercising their Second Amendment rights to stand outside a public building with weapons over their shoulders. They didn't point them at
And what
anybody. They didn't fire them at anybody. They didn't threaten anybody. They just stood there.
and what kind of rights were was the Trumpers during insurrection? What kind of rights were they showing? What were their rights? I mean, what were they doing? That was an insurrection.
You hear that was just a calm,
Oh,
collected, tourist visit.
a tourist visit.
My wife is in here, by the way. Yeah, that was a tourist
Just a
visit.
just a little side note. I just had 4 coons and 3 possums on my porch.
Well,
See,
Doc,
I thought you were going someplace different with that for a moment.
Docs.
Thank you for clarifying.
That's a good way
I
to break
didn't
that ice,
tell you,
Docs.
I didn't even relate that because I've never thought that in my brain, but I know what you meant now. But no, I have little raccoons. They're so cute.
Oh, Docs. Oh, Docs. Okay, let's get back to the insurrection. The insurrection. So I guess those raccoons was getting ready to try to call the insurrection, right?
Hey, Mike, you know that these people don't realize that seditious conspiracy is insurrection.
They don't know what
They
they don't
think
know what
it's
that
less
means.
than.
They don't know what that means. They really don't.
No.
You know that January 6th was not insurrection
Well,
at all. That was American citizens exercising their rights to go into the Capitol, which is, guess what, our building.
To go into the
Well, if
Capitol
it wasn't an
and
insurrection, then
which
why
the
were they
Capitol was closed that day.
them found
destroy it.
guilty of sedition today?
Well,
Just
Sorry, the
curious.
Capitol's never closed.
Conspiracy
that's
of
not true.
It was closed that day. It had been closed for weeks, dude.
it had been. It had
You
been
cannot
closed
close
because
Well,
Capitol
it was
of
closed that day
we own, you
specifically.
stupid
Guys,
fuckers.
one at a time, please.
Oh,
One at a
no.
time.
He's got to go, Mike.
Oh, no,
What?
you stupid fucker.
It
Shut the
was
fuck
By
up,
the way,
bitch.
closed
Fruit
specifically
FYI,
Do what you got to
just
do. Do what you got
FYI,
to do. Still on the magic
FYI,
trick.
Ashley Babbitt didn't get shot.
It,
She intercepted a bullet.
she should have complied, but
It's picked up.
it was closed
Ew.
specifically that day because you had Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence in the same area. Which, if something happens with the orange maggot and Mike Pence, Nancy was the next in charge. So it is always closed when they're doing that.
Y'all are arguing with somebody who's not here anymore.
Sonny, who was that?
Yes. I have no idea. Like, I tried to get into his videos and then I had to block him because he was
It was
calling
like-
everybody a stupid MF.
Like brew or bruh time
Brew
or
in
something
time?
like that.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was brew
it was-
time, or the
I think it was
first
in
part of
time.
it was brew.
It's brew in time. I could see it on my screen.
Brewing time. Ruin time.
What's interesting, though, is how people try to gaslight you, like Tucker did, into believing that what we saw with our own two eyes in real
Exactly.
time didn't happen.
I had a guy earlier in Barrister's Live put, how could we judge when we only seen edited clips? I'm like, motherfucker, I watched it live, number one, and Tucker's the one that took shit tons of hours and edited it down to, what, 4 minutes?
14,000 hours of footage, and he managed to glom like 3 minutes and change out of it.
Hey, Rocky, do you want to come up and talk to us? You've got the cred.
I sent him an invite. If you don't take it in 5 seconds, get him out of here.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
If you don't take it in 5 seconds. Well, really, guys, really?
What?
Really?
What?
Fred, honey, go and get you another 839 followers, and you can get in the box.
I already did the math for him. He
I
has
have often said
931
there
more
was
followers.
there was a point where I used to argue about Donald Trump all the time, and then I stopped doing it. I said, you know what? Fuck it. Just let Trump be Trump, and the rest will take care of itself. And sure enough, here we are. The man is his own worst enemy. I mean, seriously. There are 100 different ways he could have paid that woman off that would have had nothing to do with the legalities of him being president or anything else. He managed to find one way
use cash.
that was totally illegal.
Use cash. Oh, he didn't have it. I ain't got the money right now. Let me go.
What
Get
I'm
some
going to
money
do is
for
I'm going to have
for
my
Let me
lawyer.
go get some money from my supporters. Then
Oh, hold
I'll
on.
pay you.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to have my lawyer take out a HELOC on his house, and then I'm going to funnel that money around back to him through campaign money to pay this woman off. You could have gone into your pocket and paid this woman off. But no, you had to come up with this convoluted ass scheme. You had to come up with a Trump caper to do
That's
this.
because he's actually broke.
Good
But
shit,
see, here's
apple
the thing.
butter.
That's
That
why
was very funny.
that's
That was very funny, old
that's
trucker. Oh God, that was so funny.
that's why see, people say that Pence was brave. That no, he wasn't. He just didn't want to get caught up in a Trump caper. Trump capers have three
Wow.
characteristics. First of all, they're
Pence
terribly
peed his
convoluted.
pants,
Oh,
and
They're
Mother
Talking over
unnecessarily
Chris.
convoluted. They
and
tend to
Mother
become
had to
top
come hold
heavy.
his hand.
But
Oh,
no,
by the
Trump
way, I
capers
just
have.
read an article that a
hold on.
Walmart
Doxy.
employee
I
carrying
think
his
she
little
can't
pew
hear us.
pew.
Hold on, Doc.
Doxy, you're talking over Chris. He's been talking.
Oh, I couldn't hear
It's
him.
okay.
I'm
I know you
sorry.
can't hear.
No, I was saying Trump capers have three basic characteristics.
Do you
First
believe
of
in
all, they're
brainwashing?
ill-conceived. Second of all, they're terribly convoluted. And third of all, they tend to fall apart under their own weight. And if you've been around him long enough, like Pence has, you don't want any part of that. Because every Trump
I believe in
caper
brainwashing.
requires a
So
bag
Chris,
man.
wait your
It
turn.
requires a linchpin. And that linchpin is the bag man. And when that plan falls apart, who gets stuck holding the bag? The bag man.
The
So no,
bag
Pence
man,
was
of
not
course.
particularly brave that
Surplus,
day.
Hold
He
it.
just
surplus.
didn't want to get
We
Do
caught
you
up
believe
it's
in
not your turn yet.
brainwashing? It's
Surplus,
okay.
not your time
Hey,
yet.
hey, no, it's okay. Don't get
Surp,
excited. I'm gonna leave.
surp.
Do you guys
Okay,
believe in
okay,
brainwashing?
okay.
We don't need to hear from him. Go ahead, Chris. Sorry about the interruption there, man.
No, yeah, I'm fine. What I was saying is it requires a bag man. And who gets caught holding the bag? The bag man. Pence was not particularly brave that day. He just didn't want to be the bag man. Because if he had done what Trump wanted him to do, it would have this thing that started off real simple would have exploded into 50 different states trying to come up with 50 different ways to circumvent an election. And when history recorded all the dumb shit that happened, everybody was going to look back at who? They'd look back at Donald Trump, sure. But they would look back at the person who set the bomb off. And who was that going to be? Mike Pence. Just like Michael Cohen before him, just like the guy who said, "Oh, there's no more sensitive material or classified documents here at Mar-a-Lago. Let me make that form up, and then I'll have somebody else sign it because I'm not that fucking stupid." You know, this is why MAGA generally means make attorneys get attorneys. Never in my life have I seen more lawyers with lawyers fucking around with Donald Trump.
Okay. Let's see what time. Jennifer Roberts. Yeah, you buddy, you gotta go. Okay. There you go. Granny C.
Is Granny in here?
Now, what I was going to say is, let me think. A Walmart employee shot a person who was trying to break up a fight in Walmart. I was just reading that article. Yeah, good guy with a gun, all right.
The thing about this whole gun thing is that at this point we have more guns in this country than there are hands to hold them. And when you produce that much of anything, at some point it becomes, if not through the marketing for whatever specific gun, because the AR-15 is marketed as a man killer, or anything else, is that it becomes a production for use situation. At that point, it's not really a self-defense situation anymore. It's not really I'm going to overthrow the government with my pew-pew. It becomes, I have all these weapons, and I didn't buy them for nothing, and I'm tired of shooting watermelon. I need to pull the trigger somewhere.
Well, North Carolina.
Hey, Jonathan, can I drop you
Yes.
for 1 second? I'll rotate you for 1 second.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, thank you,
This is
sir.
your live, man. I respect
I
you.
would say I'm gonna bounce out too. I need
Oh
to get some
shit.
sleep.
Oh
I know. I'm
shit.
sorry. You got Goddess in here and Doxy in here. You're covered.
And Granny.
Do you still want me to drop Mike?
No, you
No.
can stay up
Yeah,
unless Mike
she gonna
says.
go. She
Have a
gonna
good
run.
night.
She gonna run. She gonna
I'm
run.
I, on the other
Go.
tired. I'm
Hey,
tired.
I will talk to you tomorrow, lady.
Have a good
Okay.
I
night,
worked 2
Alex.
jobs today. I'm tired.
I know. I
I,
know.
on the other hand, will bounce because, God bless your feet. But I have had Star Trek Picard on pause for like 45 minutes now. So I'm going to get back to that, my gin and tonic with my wine chaser. See what fresh hell tomorrow holds for me. And you guys have
Hey,
a lovely...
Chris.
All right, you too.
Yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
for coming up. Appreciate it.
Hey, Chris. I had a friend when we were in middle grade school. Her parents were gone one night, and she snuck out to the laundry room where Mom and them hid the gin. And she got soused. And there I am. I hear them coming home. Had a little Volkswagen coming up the real steep driveway. And I'm like, oh, Lord. I had to take her in the bedroom and put my hand over her mouth and make her shut up. Because she was, we were like 13, 14. And that's why I always think of gin.
Gin will make you
Okay.
sin. Wine will make you fine, no.
Yeah.
But liquor's quicker.
All right,
And
guys.
on that note, thank you and good night. Thank you for having me. Don't you go
Thanks, Chris.
changing.
Good night. Hi, Granny.
Granny C, how you
Hello,
doing?
everyone.
Hey.
Hey, did y'all talk anything tonight about Clarence and his sugar daddy?
Oh, sweet God, before I go.
Who?
That's what I was thinking in the car, because if you remove who Clarence Thomas is from this equation, you're talking about a billionaire who's flying him around like an Instagram model. You got him paying for his mama's house and his grandnephew's education. If you remove Clarence Thomas from that situation as far as who he is, dude looks like his sugar daddy.
Exactly. This is pathetic. They've been in a 20-year. I don't even know what you want to
Entanglement.
call this.
I'll be his wife, sugar daddy too.
Uh-huh. She's okay with it because she's getting a cut. I mean, this is sickening. I don't even know what the hell to say, but he has weakened our court system. He has made it so corrupt. And I mean, if they're going to let him get away with this, then what the hell do we need this Supreme Court for? Because it's totally corrupt and it's useless. Like, they have no ethics, no morals, no values, no nothing. It's just all about the dollars.
Well, don't forget that SCOTUS has been compromised for quite some time. There's even people who have been testified in front of the Senate and have said that. In fact, I have one of those on my TikTok of what the gentleman said and how the evangelicals have purchased them. So, and that's been going on for quite some time, and that's why we're
So this is
seeing some of the
so this
problems
is
with things that
normalized.
this is not supposed to be normalized. What is happening is that we're finally starting to catch on to what's going on, and they've been playing the long game as Republicans, and we haven't been doing it because, as Michelle Obama has said, and I love her and adore her, she has said, they go low, we go high, and so we have, and it's biting us in the ass a little.
Well, they got to do something. I mean, this is on public display right now, and if they don't do anything,
it absolutely is. And they've been destroying the separation of church and state and completely abolishing that wall of church and state. I mean, we can look at, 4 different cases altogether. I mean, in 2022 alone, there were 2 of them that were, in fact, one of them, the Kennedy v. Bremerton, which was the one where the high school football coach could kneel and pray in front on his football field. The one that they won, that one, they completely 100% abolished Lemon v. Kurtzman as well, which had over 7,000 laws attached to separation of church and state. And so we're seeing a whole lot of different things going on. In 2021, there was also, I can't remember who it was, v. Boston, hanging a white nationalist Christian flag because a gay pride flag was also being flown in this area. And because of separation of church and state, because it was on government ground, they also won that one. They also won the Carson v. Mackin v. Carson, which is where now we can get publicly, our tax dollars can now fund private school education. And that was up in Maryland that occurred. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that have happened. So we're looking at all of these things and we're becoming wise to it. But all of this ultimately goes back to, I mean, if you look at, I think it was 2012 or 2013, when you had, I can't remember, civil something versus the FDIC, where now you can give unlimited funds to any politician. And that's really when it started. And I mean, again,
well, they were saying tonight that they said $16,000 is a gift that you can give to a court, justice, or any politician or whatever, without even claiming that on your taxes. But when it goes beyond $16,000, you're supposed to put those things on your taxes. And Clarence Thomas has been omitting a lot of this shit on his taxes. And this is how he's gotten caught up. Now, if they don't get his ass on this, I don't know what they're going to do, because the even Al Capone was brought down by his taxes. This is a clear shot to get rid of him. And a lot of these other fools up there are doing the same shit. They just haven't been caught as much as him, because look at what Alito and what's that other guy named, the one that Mitch them put up instead of Garland. I think his name is Gorsuch, because he sold, like, somebody bought a property that he had for $8 million, and he was trying to sell that thing for. He was trying to sell it for a long time. I don't know if it was 8 million or it might have been 800,000, but whatever. Right as soon as he got elected, like put into the Supreme Court on the bench, all of a sudden this property that he was trying to sell for over a year and a half that wouldn't sell, all of a sudden it mysteriously got sold so quickly. And so they're all compromised. I mean, I guess the whole gang, except for the females, except for Amy, because she's got a few skeletons herself.
Well,
But this whole
what's
court
really
is
scary.
illegitimate.
Well, Amy Coney Barrett was absolutely rushed through. I mean, in underneath Obama, they stated, we need to wait time. We need to, basically mourn is basically what they said. And so we lost a seat because we allowed them to do that. And then they rushed her through within weeks. And what's really scary is Amy Coney Barrett is going to most likely be the deciding factor in Moore v. Harper. And if you don't know anything about Moore v. Harper, you definitely should, because it would mean that legislatures, no matter how we vote in the state legislatures can overrule our votes and vote any way that they want, and thus leading to a convention of the states and stuff like that. So,
yeah, that's the reason why we need to get that Voting Rights Protection Act bill passed, and in order to thwart that off. But nothing's happening on that either. There's so much crap going on here. I think the one thing that we're losing sight of is also something behind the scenes with those Ivanka voting machines. That's going to come up as well. Like, no one's watching that, but I'm sure they're probably being installed as we speak. Because why would she get those voting machine patents if she wasn't going to use it?
See, Brandy, here's the other thing too. And we were talking in regards to Amy Coney Barrett. We're talking about a woman who graduated law school, practiced law for 2 years, mostly, I think it was 2 to 4 years, which I think was mostly research behind Gore versus Bush. Then she went into academia for 15 years. Then she ends up on the 7th Circuit for a grand total of 2 years and change before she's plucked for Supreme Court justice. The fuck?
That's a damn shame. And she's there for life. She's there for life, folks. We're stuck.
Well, they have been trying to pass, and unsuccessfully, term limits with SCOTUS bill, but I think the first time it was introduced was in 2018, if I remember properly. But of course, it's turned down every year, and we are in such a precarious position right now as we're watching these things. And if you guys don't know anything about the Seven Mountains Dominionism, I highly suggest that you learn about it and see how much they are inside our government and our everyday lives. All of this, all of everything that we're experiencing today is because of Seven Mountains. And I can guarantee, I even have a SCOTUS mini-series where I can show that they're involved I talk about Seven Mountains, but all of the problems that we're having has been going on for a long time. And even before the Reagan administration, like them trying to get rid of the Department of Education. Many people don't know that Reagan ran. So the Department of Education was came to be underneath Carter in November of 1979. So when Reagan was running on, and then it came into be as a federal department in May 4th of 1980. And then right after that, Reagan started running, and he ran on the pretense of, we're going to abolish the Department of Education. And it literally just came to be. And here we are, now what, like 40 years later and 50 years later, and we're trying to still abolish the Department of Education. And who's been doing it every time? It's been the Republican Party. Never once is the Democratic Party.
Here's the other thing about that, though. The EPA, which was started by Nixon, which was one of the few good things he did, has been under constant assault. In fact, one of the heads of the EPA was a woman who was basically trying to dismantle the EPA from the inside out. And who was her son? Well, you might have heard of him. His name is Neil Gorsuch, who tried to gut the EPA from within the court. So
I
they've been
saw
playing the
that.
long game for a while.
Yeah, and Seven Mountains started in 1974, I believe. I'm sorry, it's been a long day. And it's like they are behind all of this. Like Lauren Boebert, for instance, is a part of Seven Mountains. Ted Cruz, Seven Mountains. I mean, so when we're talking about, and they're also the ones that are infiltrating even our local governments. And they've noticed that we haven't been paying attention to our local governments. It was an easy one.
So why haven't we been paying attention to this? And how come the media hasn't been reporting on this? And also, what
Because they're the
makes
media.
Well, actually,
what makes
Emerson slightly
Americans
picked up
okay
on it
with
just
this?
the other day. They did. Emerson picked up on it slightly just the other day. And in fact, my friends and I wasn't a part of this because we all came together and we accidentally found each other when he found me to work on his campaign. It's Rob Rogers, and he's here he was running for House of Colorado. And he found me, and then it just turns out that we were both investigating Seven Mountains. And so they even talk to, and it sounds like it's a conspiracy theory, but it's not. We have them all on video saying exactly what they want to do. Like they're they're invading our government. That's the exact words, that they're creating dominionism over these people. And that's not the way that you talk to the secular people. And this has been an ongoing thing. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is exactly what they're saying that they're going to do, and this is exactly what they are doing. And so they went to a reporter at the Times, and the Times treated them like they were like nutty. And then come to find out that everything that they said, like Moms for Liberty, Seven Mountains. Truth and Liberty,
How are
Seven
you?
Mountains. First Liberty, which is the lawyers that are winning most of the religious cases with SCOTUS, Seven Mountains. I mean, we're talking about like Trump's personal spiritual advisor, Seven Mountains. Paula White, Seven Mountains. And I mean, again, this is all provable. This is all 100% provable. And so they're even all attached to money and everything else, and the same funders and everything. So if you do anything, start educating yourself on the Seven Mountains. And it's so big and it's so overwhelming though. Like when I found it, I didn't know what to do with it. And then when we all start, like we overwhelm each other every day as we talk to each other about this. It's so big and it's such a spider web. You're just going to
So
get
then
overwhelmed.
what is the
The pace is
solution?
up.
What is the solution to this? Because the thing is that we can investigate and research and look at all this stuff regarding Seven Mountains. This is not the first live that I've been on that they've mentioned it. I was on another one and they were breaking it down
Hold on
about
one
the
second.
Federalist Society and all this stuff. But
Hold on
what
one
can we
second, guys.
do?
Hold on one second, guys. I didn't mean to interrupt you for a second. Becky, I don't know where you getting your information. Can somebody please look up and see how many people is waiting at the border right now? See if there's 750. Do y'all know can y'all put y'all mind around 750,000? Can somebody look it up? Find it out right now. And see if there's
Becky,
750,000 people waiting at the border.
she smoked something and it was the wrong thing.
Yes. Please, if somebody got access, right? I got access.
I got it.
Okay.
Mike, is she talking about the caravans that was supposed to be coming 2 midterms ago?
Probably.
I guess.
Okay. Maybe that's probably what she's talking about. They
don't
still
want
haven't got here. They still haven't
and
got here. Two midterms ago.
and Becky, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and let you stay in the live right now until we find this out.
Oops.
In Lloyd, that is true. The Title 42 is about up, and the overflow has picked up. You are absolutely correct about that. And there was a huge issue, and is currently right now still a huge issue in Houston.
So, I mean, what's that got to do with Joe Biden?
He's the president.
These Republicans keep announcing the border is open.
I mean, that's been going on I mean, Granny say, am I right? That was inedible anyhow. Drizzle, shut up.
Nearly as much.
Drizzle, I'm not talking to you. Right?
Okay.
I'm not talking to you yet.
Okay.
So am I right or wrong? What about you, Chris? Am I right or wrong?
Bear in mind that everything that we have just described is a product of a very long game. And while Joe Biden has been in politics for a very long time, he has not been president for a very long time. So to blame, what they were just discussing on Joe Biden, or to blame the fact that Republicans are basically trying to make certain states inhospitable enough to drive people from them so that they can reach a number for, say, a constitutional convention, so they can change the Constitution without Congress having a say on Joe Biden is ridiculous, because
Jonathan,
he simply
can you
hasn't
drop for 1
been
second,
in
please?
position long enough to affect those things.
Hey, Jonathan, can you drop for 1 second, please?
Yeah, I got you, Mike.
Thank you, buddy.
Let a guy call me buddy.
Excuse me? Drizzle.
Yeah,
Sure thing, buddy.
What's up?
Do you want to come up here and pop off at the mouth, or what do you want to do?
Nah, I was just saying that I would take that as disrespect. I'm just saying.
Okay, I don't give a fuck what you take it as.
All right, bro.
This is my
Why
this
is
is
it
my live.
disrespectful? Why is it
He's the one that's being
disrespectful, Betty?
disrespectful right now.
Okay,
I'm not
can you
being.
show him a magic trick? Show him a magic trick, please.
Oh, you gonna kick
Please.
me out? Oh my god.
So long, little buddy.
Yeah, Biden. If you
Be
vote for Biden, you're
Bye,
delusional.
buddy.
If you
Bye,
vote for
buddy.
Biden, you're delusional.
So you ain't got no choice but to let me call you that.
Do they not realize that the immigration laws have not changed since back before Obama? I don't know exactly if it was before Baby Bush, but the immigration has not changed.
No, I don't see anything.
Buddy.
Okay.
I don't see anything
Give or
in
take
regards
kids
to
in cages and
immigration.
purposely, sterilizing women at the border? No, probably not.
Okay, Lloyd, I gotta let you go, man.
I
You're
do
not
want
gonna
to
come
say
here
that there
calling people
has been
pedophiles.
there has been an immigration law. It's the Trump administration with the Reforming American Immigration Act, the RAISE Act. It was in 2017, and it was sought to reduce illegal immigrants by 50%, which is one of the reasons why we have so many now, is because of the whole reason, like they stopped and they backlogged, and so a lot of the things that they're blaming it on Biden, it actually trickles down. And if you look, that Trump had his own immigration problem that he gassed and did beanbag and rubber bullets with at the border near San Diego, I believe. You should look that up because it's true.
Yeah.
Somebody said they looked it up. The last change was under Reagan. So we know Reagan was an idiot. So there's no telling exactly what they are.
On top of which, the entire border crisis is a you bought it, you broke it, you bought it type of situation. We spent decades destabilizing countries south of the border. And yet we have so many immigrants coming from south of the border, fleeing all kinds of treachery and ridiculousness. I wonder why.
And that's precisely one of the reasons why in 2017, why we had such an influx in 2019 just before. And that's because we started cutting off funding and started we're putting that funding towards his wall. And when you starve these already starving countries, what's going to happen? I mean, either we continue to help them or they do exactly what they've done. I mean, there's really, as far as immigration is concerned, there's really no single president that's to blame. This has been a problem for a very long time. I mean, in 1996, that's where our biggest reformations came from, was under Clinton. And
They are not going to fix it until if they wanted it fixed, if they would go after the employers that are hiring them. Have they ever went after them? No. So therefore, it will never, ever be fixed.
It's always going to be a talking point to try to get people to continuously vote for them. And by the way, I thought we were still under Trump's immigration border plan.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
We are. And even Biden repealed the 42, or no, Biden tried to repeal the 42, and it was the Republicans that put it back up. And SCOTUS said, yeah, well, we're going to keep that. And Texas did too. So there you have it.
Yeah. But, one of the things that's never mentioned is the fact that a lot of the times things are being stoked in these countries in order for these people to feel like they can come over here. They've been told that the borders are open, and these are things that are being said. I don't play that conspiracy theory bullshit, but some people are gaining from lying to those individuals in these foreign countries in order for them to risk their lives to come all the way over here, only to find out that our borders aren't open.
Right.
Hey, Stacey, I sent you an invite. Stacey, I sent you an invite so you can come up and explain why. If you can't come in here and explain why, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay, Stacey, there you go. So Stacey, tell me why Stacey? Yeah. Tell me why he should be impeached.
Why should he be impeached?
Yeah, why should he be? Yeah, that's the third time that's been said now. Why should he be impeached? That's the fourth time. Go ahead.
He's chicken shit.
No, hold on, guys. Stop. Let him talk. Stop. We're gonna come in and talk.
Jacking the fuel price up where us drivers out here can't make a living.
Hold on. Okay, nobody jacked the fuel prices up. He did not jack the fuel prices up. Stop. See now, go right now. Go right now and show us where he.
First thing he did was shut the
Stacey, I'm talking. Stacey, I'm talking. Go right now. Guys, please let me talk. Stacey, go right now and show me where he jacked the fuel prices up.
That pipeline was not even
Republican voted against
Oh my God, Jesus!
Let him talk.
Please,
Stacey,
go right now.
Where did he jack up the fuel prices at? You don't have an answer?
Stacey?
Well, as a truck driver, he may be in a really bad spot right now because he might be driving.
Stacey,
tell from my shirt, it's one of the hats I wear.
Stacey,
here he is. Speak.
They all crooked, so don't
Stacey,
blame Trump on me. I won't blame Biden
I didn't say nothing. We did not say nothing about Trump. I asked you, how did Joe Biden jack? I didn't say nothing about Trump. I mean, just because you fantasize and jack off over don't mean nothing. I just want to ask you, what made him jack how did Biden jack the prices up?
I just told you. Did you?
No, you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me. You just said he jacked
them. I'm out here trucking, trying to scratch.
Okay, that's fine. I understand that. Stacey, you said he jacked the fuel prices up. Show us where he jacked it up. You told us that. What did you tell us?
Did you not understand me? I just told you
No,
by the things he's
how
done
did what
has
did
What
he?
caused
has he
Okay,
fuel prices.
done?
no.
Hold on,
What
hold on,
have
hold on.
he?
Let me,
Stacy,
may I?
Stacy, no, guys, hold, stop.
Obviously,
What
you
did
can't
he?
understand me.
What did he do to jack the fuel prices up? You didn't tell us. You just said you had tried to scrap it and scrapping. What? Tell us what did Joe Biden do to jack the fuel prices up?
I'll tell you for the third time
How?
if you listen.
What? What did he do?
Shut the pipelines down. The
No, he
first thing
didn't.
he
They're
did.
still
No, he
open.
did
That's the
not
first
shut the
thing he did, Mike.
pipelines down.
Yeah,
He
he
did
did.
not. No, he
He
didn't.
sure did.
Still open.
He did not.
Okay, may I?
Only
Because I
shut
believe I have
Go on,
common
Chris.
ground
Go
with
on, Chris.
Stacy. Okay, so I have
Well,
common ground with you, Stacy. You and I are both truckers, and here's the deal. I know that you see an awful lot of stickers at the pilots and the
I'm
loves.
deadheading. I'm dead.
I know that you see an awful lot of stickers at the price
Because
at the
people's pissed
loves and the
off. I can't
pilots that
blame
say
them.
I
Stacy, he
did
is
this.
talking. Stacy, he's talking.
Hold on, Stacy. Hold on. Give me a second. I know you see an awful lot of stickers on the on the diesel pumps of Joe Biden pointing at the price, going, "I did this." But here's the deal: the last president that we had that tried to ham-fistedly insert himself into the price of oil was Donald Trump, and he made a deal with OPEC to depress the price of oil during COVID. That deal expired in April.
Mm-hmm.
Now, within the confines of that deal, towards the tail end of it, we started getting bent over the gas pump because A, we had a new president who had no part in that deal, and B, toward the tail end of it, we had very little, if any, control over how much gas prices would shoot up. Now, that had nothing to do with Biden. Gas prices shot up the moment he got inaugurated. He didn't enact any policy that did that. OPEC did that on their own, based upon a pre-existing deal from the prior administration.
Yeah.
So to blame Joe Biden for that just because he happened to win an election is ridiculous. Come on, man. You and I drive the same roads. You probably drive more miles than I do, and you're probably
I
an
wouldn't say
independent
that. I've been sitting on my ass all week because of fuel prices versus $2 a mile freight. I'm deadheading right now to go get my next load
Okay,
300 miles
okay,
away.
but that has nothing to do with the current administration right now.
Can
Nothing
I
to do with
please
it.
say something?
Tell me what Joe Biden has done for this country. Could you tell me that?
Can I
What
please
has he
say
done to
something?
help this country? Sure.
Wait. Okay, Rican, I'm gonna let you handle that, please.
Yes, please.
Rican.
I mean, should I just point out one?
Yes,
Should I
please.
just point out
Please.
Can it be
Please.
the PAC Act? Can it be
PAC
that
Act?
one?
Yeah.
Could it just be that one? You
Yeah.
do care about the military, right? So if
Do
you
I?
care about the military, you should care about the PAC Act that allow for them to get health care due to the burn pits that they were affected by because of orders that they were given by the superiors. That's just one.
Mm-hmm.
And I got another one for you that directly affects you and me. Remember when the ports of Los Angeles, New York were shut down because of COVID and blah, 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 blah. And they weren't moving shit out the ports and everybody had to sit in line waiting for their cargo to be released so they could actually get the shit across the country. Who fined all of those companies for allowing that shit to sit in the ports? It wasn't Donald Trump.
We ain't talking about
It was Joe
Donald. We're
Biden.
talking about Joe Biden. We're talking
Well, you
about Joe
just said something
Biden.
about Trump earlier, and I had to correct you. You said something about Trump earlier.
I asked you not to put me in the place with Donald Trump because they all crooked. I asked you to start with.
I did
Don't
not
put me
put you
in
in the
his
place. And I told you I didn't put you in the place of Donald Trump.
He just
I didn't have.
told you what Biden has done.
Who fined all those companies for all those containers sitting there per day to get them released from the port so that we can get on the road? That was Joe Biden.
Can anyone tell me who rolled back regulations that may have led up to that train derailment in Palestine?
Trump.
Just
Oh, I know what
curious.
Stacey getting ready to say. I know what he's getting ready to say. Who left what, Stacey?
Who left Afghanistan in the mess?
Thank you. There we go. There we go.
What?
There we go.
Because
Well,
he
as it
said
just so happens,
removal.
I'm a veteran too, so let me do this as well.
Mm.
Sir, we left Afghanistan in the cleanest possible way. You sound old enough to me to remember the fall of Hanoi. You sound old enough to me to remember that we left an entire generation of Amerasian babies in Vietnam. Nobody was talking about keel hauling or impeaching Jerry Ford over doing that. The United States military does not train to bug out.
That's right.
As many times as we've done it, you would think we would, but we don't.
Well, we
And
shouldn't
as
have
bug
left
outs
all our
go
equipment.
across the board from Korea to now, this was the cleanest one we've ever done.
We
And,
shouldn't have been over
Stacey,
there to start with,
and
but we shouldn't have
no,
left our equipment over there
well,
and got our guys
well,
killed,
Stacey,
you know?
well, Stacey, who put him over there?
Who put
Talk
them
about
over
the
there?
equipment too.
It wasn't Joe Biden.
It wasn't Don Trump. You want to bring him
Oh,
up
I
there
didn't
in the
say
comments?
Don. I
It
didn't
wasn't
say he
him.
did. I didn't say he did. Since we're talking about Joe Biden, this and that and this and that, it wasn't Joe Biden who put him over there. He just promised to get him out of there, and he
Mike,
did.
How much money have we spent
Stacy,
in
I'm
Ukraine?
curious. I'm curious just because I can read your mannerism and your speaking. What is it that you love so much? Because you say don't bring up Trump, but yeah, you're so goddamn defensive about him. What about
Yeah.
him do you enjoy?
I don't enjoy politicians in general. I like people, and I don't
Well,
like the fact
well, I
that we're
mean,
trying
whether
to
you
be
like it or
separated.
not, Donald Trump
Do
is
you
a
feel?
politician.
Do you feel that we're being separated? When I say we, all races are being separated here, and for no damn reason. Why do they want to separate us out?
Stacy, people who look like me, Chris, and Rican and Granny C, we've been separated for a long time. We've been separated.
Can I
See,
please say
by
something?
you being a fairer skin than me, you won't never see that. Because guess what?
That's the
You're gonna
problem.
this is what you're gonna
You're
disagree.
You're
And this
listening to
right here,
politicians and thinking
is
that
gonna
somebody owes you
this
something.
Stacey, I'm talking, please. This right here is gonna really what you say tan your hide. You grew up with white privilege, whether you use it or whether you use it. Hold on, Stacey, I am still talking. Whether you use it or not, you have white privilege. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, buddy. It's not your fault. But you have white privilege. Us four, we don't have that kind of privilege.
You got the same opportunities I've got, brother.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Swear to God, you do. Put your foot in front of the other one and
You as
make
being a
yourself where
white
you're at today.
you as being a white man, how can you say that?
I'll tell you how I can say that. 1988.
How?
Do you say white privilege? 1988.
You didn't even say
1988,
white
I was
right.
trying
Go
to
ahead
get
on.
college.
What?
I was trying to get into
I just want to go back.
college in
What wasn't there
1988.
like?
And because
What
not
didn't
a
we?
Mexican or
Stacy, stop. You're killing yourself. You're killing yourself. You're killing yourself.
no, I
Stop.
ain't killing
Stop.
myself.
Yeah, you are.
I was
But you have
guaranteed
no.
not to get a loan to go to college because of my color. Because of
Oh,
my
stop
color.
it.
Let's don't
Stop.
nobody
It ain't
else
because of your
because
color.
of my
It
color.
ain't because of your color. I can listen to
It
you
was
right now and
too.
tell you why you didn't get it. I can listen to you
Stacey,
right now and tell you why you didn't get it.
Stacey,
You already know about
you
it.
didn't get a loan not because of your color, because Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae don't give a fuck what color you are. They wouldn't even know.
When I turned
They
the
wouldn't know.
paperwork in, they told me I wouldn't get it.
You
Yeah,
sound like you're
they would
angry.
know.
You
There
sound like
had to
you're
be more
angry.
to it. There had to be more to it
I'm
than
not
that. There had to be
happy.
more to it.
I'm not happy, but I don't hate any of y'all. I don't hate any damn body in this fucking country.
Who said you
Period.
did?
But
Do
Who
you
said you did?
it's labeled as white privilege, and all I won't say y'all because that looks like hate. all
Listen,
y'all.
Stacy.
Well,
Stacy, let me tell you something from my point of view. Let me elaborate something to you, my man, because I deal with this shit every day. I'm Puerto Rican, and you know what I have to deal with? The people that look and sound like you.
Stacy, shut up. Let him
People
talk.
that sound and talk and look exactly like you always try to remind me, and they are so absolutely fucking wrong about. I am American. Puerto Ricans are born American. And yet I still get questions from people that sound and look exactly like you that I should go back to my country. And they're surprised when I tell them, where would you like me to go within this country? Because I am a fucking American. But yet because because I'm Puerto Rican and you guys somehow don't seem to be educated in that aspect, you're asking me to go back to my island. So do not tell me that you guys don't have any fucking white privilege, because I guarantee you've never been asked that shit, ever.
So you're labeling white people by saying
No.
all white
They
people
label
in
me,
Puerto Rico don't
Stacy.
plumb.
They
No, I
label
never did.
me.
Ain't
You're
no
not
label.
listening. Now I'm telling
I
you the
did.
same thing you said to Mike. You must not be listening to the words coming out of my mouth.
Hear everything you're saying, brother.
Stacey,
I hear
I'm going to
everything
point
you're
something
saying.
out to you. Stacey, I'm going to point something out to you. And despite the animosity and despite all the yelling, whatever, here's here's what it is. When people point out white privilege, particularly people of color, we point out white privilege not as an accusation. We point out white privilege as something that exists in a way that, despite how hard your life has been, how many miles you've driven, or however many times you've been pulled over by DOT or whatever else, that your life, that the hardships in your life have never been defined, or rarely in any case, ever been defined by the color of your skin. Many of the hardships and issues that we've had have derived directly from that.
Stacy, can you let him, Stacy, let him finish talking, please.
He
Let
did.
him finish.
I just said we
No.
done the same thing.
No. Let him finish talking, and then when he finish, I let you talk. I let you say whatever you want to say, but you will respect other people when they talk, please, sir.
What I'm saying, Stacey, is this: whatever hardships you've had in your life, be they financial, be they educational, be they run-ins with the cops, or whatever it is that has happened to you throughout your life, none of that has been a direct derivative of the color of your skin. It might have been because of something you did, something you didn't do, something you drive down the road, you had a tail light out, your license plate light was out on your trailer, your marker light was out, whatever. But it had nothing to do with your whiteness. Whereas a great many of the police interactions that we've had, or even random interactions from stark ass randos with a grudge or stick up their ass, has been a direct result of the person that they saw walking down that street, who they discounted as a person because of the color of their skin. So when we point out white privilege, that's what we mean. The fact that because you are white, you can walk down the street, jog down the street. It sounds like you're a little bit old, and don't get me wrong, I'm not being ageist. I'm 51 years old, so I don't jog down the fucking street because my knees ain't gonna take it. But whether or not you're walking or jogging down the street, nobody looks twice at you. We're walking or jogging down the street, driving down the street, whatever else. We get the double takes. We get the microaggressions. We get the questions about, why are you here in this park doing this thing? We get that. And to us, not getting that is one of the many facets of privilege.
Can I say something?
So bear in mind that when we bring it
Yeah,
up, it's
go
not
ahead.
an
Go ahead.
accusation.
Yes,
It's not something
yes, sir.
you've done.
States, go ahead. Go ahead.
I will say this, and you'll argue. We get that too. Maybe not in the same way. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. I'll tell you. I'll explain. Maybe not in the same way, but if you go into an all-white neighborhood, walking up and down the sidewalk, they shouldn't fuck with you just because you're colored. If I go into Atlanta, fucking around, and I'm the only white dude there, I get the same treatment. If I get stopped on Trinity Lane in Nashville by a black cop, I don't get shot at because I do what they asked me to do, but I get the same treatment. I understand what you're saying, yeah, and it's bullshit. But we get some of the same shit. If I stop.
Okay. Hey, Stacy. Listen.
Mike, can you mention something? One simple thing. Sundown towns. Do you have to worry about sundown towns?
No.
That's still a thing.
No, I don't.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's still a thing.
Yes, it
Sundown
is.
town is still a thing. Hey, Stacy, where are you from?
He's paused now. Something happened.
He may be,
No.
if he's driving, he's
No,
probably
he-
in a bad
he-
spot. I've driven
No,
through
no,
them
no, it's
before.
not. No, it's not, Chris. No, it's not, Chris. He just said a while ago that I'm quiet. I'm not gonna say nothing now. See, he left. That he just said, listen, Chris, I'm not gonna give him the benefit of that. Fuck him. I don't sit here and I'm not gonna kneel down beside him and give him all this, glam and glitter and Dixie Crystal sugar shit.
Where are
No.
these sundown
Here's the
towns
thing,
at?
Mike. Here's the thing. I joined the Navy in 1994. And up until the point, even in high school, from high school on through the Navy, I kept running into white folks with preconceptions of black folks who had never actually met one.
Mm-hmm.
So I still carry that with me. Where one of the best friends that I ever made on board ship happened to be a member of the Klan, not because he was necessarily racist as an individual, but because that's what he had been brought up in. And it wasn't until he got out of that shit and traveled and got into the world that he even began to shake that shit off, because he didn't have that opportunity. That's what that was his entire upbringing.
But see, the thing about it though, man, you met, that was when he was young. This guy just left. He's a little older. He's way older. He's too old right now to go back and say, you know what? Maybe I need to look at things a different way. He was young. The person you met was young enough to change his ways. But this dude right that just left, he's not going to change. He's not going to change. So I don't spend 15, 20 minutes to try to talk to somebody that they should have already known when they was younger. I'm not going to spend it. Listen, if you don't know it now, 15, 20 minutes, it's not going to help us. It's not going to help him. It's not going to help him. Sean, back again. What's up?
Yes, sir. How's it going, brother?
All
So
right.
where are these sundown towns at? It's like I remember hearing about them years ago, but like I never
They still
knew they
got
were
them,
still
man. They
around.
got them in Texas. They got them here in North Carolina.
I feel like the news
We've
would be
got
like,
remnants of them in Indiana. There's a town and they're blatant about it. Whitestown.
Florida, Michigan, Maine, New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois,
I mean, like, give me a specific
Wisconsin,
town,
North
though.
Carolina,
we don't listen.
Tennessee,
Look them
Arkansas,
up.
Missouri, Georgia, South Carolina. Do I need to go on?
You just naming
Look them
states,
up.
but like I want to know like a
That's
town though.
they
'Cause I want to
exist
look it
there.
up.
Look them up. Look them up. Look them up, man. Look them up. That's still that's old news. Everybody know that's still sundown town. If you
I'm just saying I
don't
want to
know,
like know
if you
a
don't,
famous
if
specific
if
one.
you
I would have
don't,
to look it
if
up.
you don't, If you don't know, look them up. Look them up.
Hey, y'all, I'm really sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to say I'm gonna step down. I have to go take my anti-rejection meds, and I think it's time for somebody else to have the box. But I wanted to say thank you guys so much for allowing me to be here and sharing this moment with you. And I hope that you guys have a lovely evening.
You do the same, Francis. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And
Have
I'm
a
going to
good
step
one.
down too because I'm still trying to catch up with my Star Trek Picard. Actually, I'm watching it again because,
Okay.
it's such
All right.
an
Thank you.
awesome season 3.
All right. All right. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
So, like, what are the rules of these sundown towns? Are you like?
There's no rules. You
Are
gotta
they,
if you're black, you don't go. That's it. That's not it.
so what are they gonna do to you?
What do you think they're gonna do to you, Sean?
No, I
Come on,
mean like
man.
I
What do you
okay,
think?
never mind. You're
What
like
do you
you're
think they're
telling me
gonna
like
do
it's
to you?
like you're telling me like I know. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Look, see, how old are you?
Okay,
How old are
so
you?
Google is your friend, Sean. Go look it up. Go look it up.
I
The
don't believe
only
everything I read
difference
on the internet.
now is they don't have the sign up as they used to have. For instance, an example, Robbinsville, North Carolina, that said, "Don't let the sun set on your black ass," inside this town. That's the only difference. The sign is not there now.
When did they remove it?
A
Recently?
few years ago, because it was getting a little too much attention, so they took the sign down, but it's still pretty much that way.
Wow.
They're not gonna put. Of course, they're not gonna put them on the
So
news.
Why wouldn't they? I feel like that'd be good news.
Good
Get
news.
them good ratings.
Listen
Get
to the
them good
word
views.
"good news." Look what you just said. Good news.
No, I mean like it'll be like
The
good
news
views.
don't
Like
report good
they'll
news.
get high
They don't report
ratings.
good
Look, you're
news.
trying to why you do why
Squirrel said to look up Green Book
rating.
Travel Guide
Hey,
on Amazon.
hold on, Sean. Listen. You was up here earlier. No, I'm talking. And when you're doing it again, you was up here earlier, and you wouldn't listen. You would listen only to respond. Okay, so you wouldn't listen then. So what makes me think you're going to listen right now? We're telling you. So all you got to do is go to Google and check it out. That's what we're asking you. That's what we're asking you. Of course, the news is not going to report that. They're not going to
Squirrel
report
said
that.
there's also a book on Amazon. Look up Green Book Travel Guide on Amazon. Honey, I'm 59 years right. Well, I'll be 59 next week. I was born and raised in the South. I know this
Me too.
stuff.
I live in the South.
Okay, then you're blind in the South. Go on
Yeah.
Google and look it up.
I don't know one single town where there isn't at least one black family, even the smallest towns and
Well,
all of
that don't
all of.
mean anything.
I'm just
That's
saying, like a
not the point.
sundown
When
town
I
is.
was in high school, my freshman and sophomore year, the black players couldn't even go to Robbinsville for the football or basketball or baseball games.
You talking about when you was in high school? Is that what you just said?
Correct. And now they're
You know what's
still
irritating the
bad.
shit out of me, Sean?
Yeah,
What's
yes,
irritating
go
the
ahead.
shit out of me with you
Go
is
ahead.
that you're hearing it from a man of color and you're making it seem like we're making shit up.
I'm just saying I've never heard of this.
You know why you don't have to know? Because you don't need to fucking worry about it. Because it won't affect you.
Why are
So
you being
that's
so
what I'm
hostile
saying,
towards
Sean.
me?
Take
Like I'm
the
just trying
time
to
to
ask.
look
Don't
it
do
up.
this.
Because I
Sean.
hate motherfuckers that try to play naive. That's why.
Take the time, look it up, and do your
You're
research.
making me out to be a bad guy here.
No,
Because you have
no,
some
we're not
white
making you out to be a bad
privilege,
guy.
dude.
We'll sound it. And I'm gonna say this as nice as I can. I'm gonna say as nice as I can. We're not making you out to be a bad guy, because asshole is too nice. Okay, you're being an asshole. That's what you're being.
I'm just
And I'm
asking
trying to be.
questions, okay?
I'm trying to be. No, you're asking. What did he just finish saying?
Who needs to
What did he
educate
just finish
you?
saying?
It's the
Does
What
way
did
a
he
you're
just
white
finish
coming
woman
saying?
have
off,
to educate
Sean.
you? I can help
Because you
you.
was here. No, hold on, guys. Go. I want Bridget to speak. Sean, Sean, you was here earlier. Now I told you you was here earlier, and now you're doubling down on asshole. You're doubling down on it. Yeah, now, yeah. Now you want to if you want to learn something, we can talk to you. Okay. If you still want to learn something after you get off, Google, Google. But if you want to learn something, we're trying to tell you. And then here you go. Well, I've never heard of that. Nothing. I just want. And we're giving you the answers, and you're still giving us some bullshit. We're being
Sean,
mean to you.
you
You're telling me.
understand that the history that you've learned has been whitewashed your entire life. You have some learning to do. Do you know about
He knows
Tulsa?
it.
I'm just scared to say something before, if I'm just gonna get told to shut up again.
Okay, then go shut up and learn,
Who?
and then
I know
come
That's what
nobody
I'm
back
saying.
told
Like
you
I
to
can't
shut
even
up.
tell us
respond
what you've
without being
learned.
told I'm talking over somebody or something. Like
Okay, Sean did talk. Talk.
Bridget asked you if you know about Tulsa, Oklahoma.
No,
Do
no,
I
you?
no,
don't.
no.
I don't know about. Well, I've heard of it before.
And so, Bridget, can you please? Okay, can you please just just listen. Nobody told you to shut up. Just listen. Bridget, please tell them about Tulsa.
So Tulsa was a very economical, great town for Black folks. And the whiteys didn't like that too much. And they decided to go and blow up the whole fucking town. It was an economical boom. It was a great city. And they literally blew it off the face of the earth.
Better known as Black Wall Street.
Yes.
That's
You never
crazy.
heard of Black? You never have heard of Black Wall Street?
And you can actually find photos and see exactly what the whiteys did.
Oh my gosh, user.
Isn't Tulsa like a major city though?
Yeah, it was rebuilt to some extent, but
Okay.
it wasn't what it was.
Okay.
It was a massacre.
I think Sean,
Yeah,
first
I
of
don't
all,
remember how many people
it's
died there.
Look up the Devil's
Hold on.
Punch Bowl.
Yeah. Granny,
Sean, I think it's good that you are here and you're trying to listen, and I appreciate that. The thing is that there's a study that came out recently, and it said that 54% of Americans are reading below a fifth grade reading level. Not to say anything about you being in that group or anything, but
I went to college for
this.
mechanical engineering.
Congratulations.
I did let you talk.
Congratulations. But what I'm saying is, a lot of times when people are here and they listen, the comprehension is not getting through sometimes. Like you said, when they talked about the sundown towns, you said, oh, I haven't even seen a Black family. But that's not the point.
That was.
That wasn't the point. The point was that this is something that exists. It is something that exists in 2023, and it is not right. There's a lot of things that's going on that are not right. And I appreciate you listening. And it would be nice if you could, listen for understanding.
And Sean, also, did you know that most of the cities, blacks that used to be black cities, you know where they are now? They're lakes.
Or parks.
Or you
Well,
have
here in
the
Georgia
Central
being
Park.
one.
You have Central Park that used to be a city. They decided to burn that down and make it a park. Downtown Manhattan.
I'm just gonna raise my hand. Yeah, so.
Sean, don't be an asshole. Please
I'm
don't.
not being an
Please don't
asshole.
do
I
that.
just don't want to be. I
'Cause
just don't
number
want to be
I
one,
can
put
we
in
can't.
barely
boxes. Okay.
see you,
This is
Sean.
the
Number one,
nicest way I can
you know
be
we
polite.
can't see you. If you're looking at the same thing we're looking at, you know we can't see you. We can't see nothing about it. We can't see you. So if you want to talk, just get ready to talk, and you know when to talk. You're not a kindergartner. You're not 5 years old.
All
If
I
you
was
know if
asking,
you want to talk, all
I'm
you
trying
gotta
to
do is
ask.
talk.
Okay, all I was saying was that with the way the world is now, with the news and everything, how they're trying to get their ratings and everything. I feel like if sundown towns was a thing, I feel like everybody should know about it. You know what I mean? If they're doing tragic stuff or whatever to people of color,
Sean, how old are
when the
you?
sun goes down, that's terrible. And I feel like
Sean,
that would be on like every news station, because that would give them like the high ratings or whatever. They'd be set up stings and stuff on them,
Sean,
Sean, are
Sean,
you not paying attention to the news?
Sean, hold on. Sean, how old are you?
30.
You're old enough to know better.
What you mean? Like, I understand they can they make money off of ratings.
You're old enough to know better. Go ahead, Bridget.
Sean, you're as old as my son, and I will tell you right now that my son knows way more than you do, and we're in California. And I'm going to tell you that it's ridiculous. If you want to put your head in the sand and go, oh, why don't I know about this? Because you didn't look it up and you don't research it and you don't really give a
I
shit,
didn't
do
say
you?
I didn't. I've heard of
Do you
I've heard
give
of
a
Sundown
shit?
Town.
Do you give a shit?
Okay,
Sean,
Do
I've
Sean, you
heard
you
of
said you
look
Sundown
up
just
Town. I
wait,
didn't know it
Privilege
was
wait a
still
minute,
a
Act?
wait a
thing.
Give
minute,
a
wait a minute.
shit.
Sean, you just you said that now you're saying you heard of Sundown Town, but you was
I'm saying
asking
I
us
heard
what
of
is.
them, but I didn't know they were still a thing.
Okay, then we were
Y'all
okay. Then we was
like
okay.
you're
Then we
saying
was
you're
telling
listening to
you.
talk. You're
Then,
not listening
then
to.
you no. Then we was telling you what they are. We was telling you where you find them at. You said, "Well, I gotta look this. I don't know. I I
I didn't know
came
they
here
were
for some
still a
answers."
thing.
I gave you
But do
states,
you
and
give a
you
shit?
weren't happy because I did. I
States
gave
aren't
you
towns,
states.
though. States aren't towns.
Sean, what she was oh my God, what she was saying was look at the states, look up the states, and when you look up the state, there, pay attention because this is the hard part. When you look up the states, look at the towns. That's that's
I
about
don't
how
think
it's
Sean
done.
gives a shit. Sean's comfortable in his white privilege and he doesn't give a shit. Do you, Sean?
Listen, I'm a good
Well,
guy. Okay, if you want to make
in
me out to be the
Texas,
bad guy, cool.
Shit.
I'll be the
in
bad guy.
Texas, right? You
I'll
want
be
to
the
know a
bad guy.
city in
Right, to
Texas?
help
De
somebody
Leon,
else.
Texas. De Leon, Texas. Elmo, Texas.
What'd you say?
De Leon, Texas.
Guys, I just kind of wanted to jump in really quickly because I heard you guys speaking about sundown towns, but I didn't know what a sundown town was until I ended up in one. And that's when I actually started to do some research and to figure out, there's a whole bunch of sundown towns in the US, and it kind of tells you like what towns they are and what cities they are, what cities to avoid and what towns to avoid. But it's not something that we grow up knowing that exist. So for somebody not to know that they exist, it doesn't mean that, that they're clueless.
Yeah, and I've heard about them before. I just didn't know they still existed. That was what I was trying to get
No,
across
but
to
see,
you.
what we're saying is, what we're saying is, Carmel, we've been discussed, we've been telling him and telling him and telling him. We have to explain where they're at. He said, "Well, you just told me the states." No, that's not what. That's no. We told you the states. Then take that and go and Google where in the states. We're not going to tell you everything. The rest of it, I mean, we're not going to Google it for you. You do it
That's why I
yourself.
said he doesn't give a shit, Mike. He doesn't give a shit because it doesn't
Sean?
affect him and he doesn't give a
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. It doesn't affect him, so why would he care? Is what
Sean,
I'm getting from Sean.
Exactly, Carmel.
That's what
what
I'm getting
state
from
are you in, Sean?
It doesn't affect me, but I give a shit.
What state are you in, Sean?
Louisiana.
Oh, you got a lot of
But Bridget,
Didn't this whole conversation start because of white privilege? Wasn't this conversation started because Stanley didn't seem to understand what white privilege? Well, Sean, that's white privilege, not having to worry about sundown towns.
Ouch! Ouch!
Bridget, somebody in the chat's wanting your attention.
Yeah, I can see
I
where you
don't
guys are
have
going
my
with this.
glasses on. Hold
But
on
I
a
don't think,
minute.
it's fair to say that you should beat up on somebody because they don't know what something is. And Bridget, the fact that I'm affected by sundown towns, but I don't give a damn about them because I don't go to sundown towns. So I'm just curious to see, why do you care about sundown towns? Is there something
I care about
something that,
people. I just care about people in general, but I acknowledge that we have major racism still going on in this country, and it just needs to stop.
I don't think it's ever going to stop until the coming of Christ, to be honest with you.
I agree with that.
And it's something that's woven in the fabric of our country. It'll forever
But
exist.
Carmel, I'm sorry, I got to push back on that. It's not, you didn't know about Sundown Town, not until you was in there's
Yeah,
music in the background, something that's playing in the background.
that's not
No
me
way.
though. That's not my
No,
background.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about somebody else.
Okay.
You didn't know about Sundown Town until you ended up in one. Thank God nothing happened to you. Thank God. But we can't say that about everybody else that's gonna probably end up in one. Anybody can end up in one. So, our allies like Bridget, our allies like Goddess, our allies like Tweety, our allies like Jonathan, they're trying to let us know that as white people, they're trying to let us know what's going on and where's the sundown town and tell you because of they're white, they're trying to let us know because and they're trying to look out for us. And I get it. I understand. We need, and we're telling people like Sean, it don't affect him. It don't. But see, I don't care what you say or anybody else say. He is being disingenuous to all of us up here. He is. He knows a little bit more that he's putting out to be, and he is really trying, desperately trying to be ignorant.
Sean, you want to answer?
I don't even know how to answer that.
Of course you don't.
He wants me to.
No, I'm just saying because it was a direct attack, so I just wanted to know if you wanted to answer.
No, it was an attack. It was
The
an
only way
observation.
I can answer that is to say that he's wrong, and then he's gonna come back. It's gonna be back. Like there's no
Not come
back
back
and
with
forth.
nothing.
And then he
You're
cuts me
entitled to your
off,
own
and
opinion.
and then he tells me to shut up when he asks me a question.
Sean, I have not told you to shut up. I have not told you that. I have not told you to shut up.
Sean, would you at all consider even investigating what you don't know?
Yeah.
Okay, so we expect you to come back and have some more education on it and maybe teach us a thing or two.
But I just
Mike,
want
can I say something?
just to make
Go
sure that
ahead,
there isn't
Greg.
any double standards, because guys, there's towns where I'm pretty sure white people cannot go, where black people live. I've seen it. So,
That's not. I've never heard of anything like that.
I've never seen that.
Carmel,
We
I'm
are
sorry,
inviting
you're
people.
wrong.
We're
You're
not
wrong.
people. We
Are
don't
you
do that.
serious about that? Because
No.
where
Yes,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
dead
I'm
serious.
dead
I'm
serious
dead
about
ass
that.
serious.
Tell us
Yeah,
where.
I have never felt uncomfortable.
there's places
ever.
where white people go in the
East
black
Palo
community and
Alto.
feel uncomfortable,
I've
Please
and
been
they're gonna
through
make
it.
it out.
Tell us where.
Yeah.
Come on, I don't want to name any places, but we all
Go
know.
ahead,
Why
name
not?
them.
Why not?
I
Why
can
not?
say I know
Tomorrow.
places in Miami. There's
I'm
places
from
in Baton
Miami.
Rouge,
I'm from
Places
Miami.
in
I grew up in
Miami,
Miami.
really?
Yeah,
What are you
yeah.
talking about?
Carmel, what's going on?
Like the Poke and Bean projects over there by
A white person can go to Poke and Bean projects. A white person can go to Poke and Bean
but
projects.
doesn't mean that they'll make it out, is what I'm saying.
That's not
So,
true.
So
That's not
so
true.
you're
Wow.
saying
Yes,
what?
it is.
That's
Yes, it
bull.
is.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Bro,
If a
bro,
white
let me
guy
tell you
goes down that
something.
neighborhood and
This
he's
is a
wearing a
duo.
tie, I'm
This is a
pretty sure
duo.
he's not going to make it out. I'm telling you guys the truth.
So why are you assuming that?
Go ahead, Enrique.
Because I've seen
No.
it.
Listen.
Defend anybody.
Listen, I've been watching you and him. I have a feeling that you and Sean are peoples. It looks like Sean and you are friends.
I've never been in
Because
a
it
fight.
looks like the minute you came up here, you were at his defense.
No, I didn't come up here like I had just like
Really? Because I've seen nothing but you play his lawyer since you got up here.
No. This is
Yes.
Stop. Hey, y'all, stop. Hold on.
Okay,
Stop.
you
Carmel, stop.
Sean,
Get some of my
here,
treatment.
I'm gonna help you out a little bit, Sean. Okay?
Sean, if you don't shut, boy, Sean. Now, did I tell her to shut up? Did I, Sean? Did I tell her to shut up?
I said shut.
I asked you a question. Did I tell her to shut up?
Oh, I didn't hear. I heard you say stop and all that.
I said stop. Did it sound like shut up?
It was a figure of speech, but
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna figure in a few minutes your ass gonna get kicked.
I'm not being rude to you. Okay? I don't know why you're being rude to me.
I was getting ready to say it. Quiet.
Hey, Mike, can I say something?
No, let me finish.
Once you're finished, I mean.
Yes. Listen. For one thing, Sean, you're a smart ass. Number one. Number two, Carmel, you did come in here hot, and you went right when the moment you got on here, you went defending this dude. You defended this dude. Number two, I'm talking, please, ma'am.
Okay.
Number two, I don't know any black sundown towns.
I didn't say there was black sundown towns.
That's
I
not
just
what
said
you
there
said.
were. That's
That's
just
what
said there were places like
that you can't
certain
go.
people.
I don't know any places in anywhere. There's places that black people can't go. Some black places there's some black places that black people can't even go to.
I think what she's trying to get at, and I don't want to put words in her mouth.
I think I'm still talking. I think I'm still talking.
Okay.
That's so you came in here like Rican said. You came in here. You was really defending him really hard.
I wasn't defending him. You guys were talking about sundown towns, and I came in and said that, hey, I ended up in one, and that's how I learned to do my research about it. See, my parents are not from this country. My parents are from Haiti. So, I'm first generation American. So, living here, I had to figure things out on my own and to see things and how racism in this country plays out. I've seen it as clear as night and day. I understand it very well. It's just that I don't agree with where we're trying to bash one another and try to put somebody else down because they don't agree.
Wait a minute, who's trying to put somebody down? Who's trying? I'm asking this question now. Let me ask this question. Who was trying to put somebody down?
Well, when I first came in, I did hear you being a bit aggressive.
Really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Granny C, go ahead.
So
Granny C, go ahead.
You came in to tone police. That's what you came in to do.
No, thank you. Granny C, go ahead. You get ready to say something.
Sometimes it's not what you say; it's how you say it, though.
First of all, I don't know. I'm totally baffled. Why did Sean come up into the box? What was your purpose? What were you coming up into the box for?
My original purpose is I got kicked out of a live a few nights ago.
I wonder why.
I was if you'd let me speak, But I got kicked out of a live the other night. I was defending this black lady. She got called an Oreo, and I didn't ask what it meant, And I was defending her, and because all the other people up in there, they were all okay with it because she was a conservative, and I was defending her, and they kicked me out. And I was really and truthfully, I wanted to ask the host what that meant. You know what I mean? Because the way it was used wasn't.
What then?
So you were coming in here to to avenge what happened to you
No,
3
I
nights
wasn't coming in
ago?
to avenge. I was coming in to ask a question. What that means? Because I've never
But that
heard it
was from
before.
3 nights ago, Sean. You were coming up to settle something that happened 3 nights ago.
I wasn't settling. See what I'm saying? Like I wasn't settling
Like
anything. I'm
I'm trying to
asking a
say,
question.
you said out of your mouth that when you came up here, your purpose was to come up here because you had been kicked out of a live 3 nights
I
ago.
wanted to ask the host what that meant.
But what meant?
What's
What
an
calling somebody an
Oreo?
Oreo means?
Yeah, calling
So,
somebody an Oreo.
so you're gonna come up here and ask me what does an Oreo mean?
What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
But let me tell you something. You cuss at me one more damn time, I'm gonna find out what's gonna be wrong with you. I did
Mike,
not
if
say.
you want to do that, give me the power. I already have the power. Just tell me
I know,
when.
Doc. I'm
Okay,
not.
so basically, an
Right
Oreo
now.
It
I'm
is.
doesn't
not.
matter
Stu-
what
I'm
I
not.
say.
Listen,
I can literally be
You know,
the.
we're like millennials. I'll explain it. An Oreo means a black, well, like a black
No,
person and a
I'm no,
white
no, no,
person
no, no, no,
together.
no, Carmel. I am not gonna sit here and try to explain to somebody what an Oreo. He came up and specifically asked me because I'm black. He want to come
No,
and
I'm
ask
asking you
me.
because
No, no, no. Don't stop.
you
I'm
would.
talking. Here, I'm talking. He come up to specifically ask me, a black man, what is an Oreo? You gonna come up? We're talking politics, and he come up and say, "Hey, I
Well,
came to
that's
ask you what an
we were
Oreo means."
talking politics
Oh,
too in the
okay.
thing. We were talking about Candace Owens and all that stuff right there,
I
and
don't
that's what.
care. I don't care. Don't come up and ask me what. You don't come and ask anybody. You don't go to anybody's live, especially a black person live, to say, as a white person, the first thing come out your mouth, "Hey, I just want to ask you what does an Oreo mean?"
It wasn't the
You
first
don't do
thing.
that. You don't do that.
Oh my goodness.
And see, you wouldn't
Do you
understand
not
that
have
because
Google?
guess what? You're not an Oreo.
I was just going to say that.
I didn't call
Does he?
anybody
Do you
that.
not have
I asked
I
what
Google?
didn't
it
say
means.
you did.
Bridget was
I
going
was
to
just
say
going to
something.
say, did he not have Google? Because you could have Googled that. Like, what was
I'm
the
not.
point to come up here with that?
I'm on TikTok. I'm not gonna Google it if I don't have to. I can ask a
Then
question.
TikTok it. Look it up on TikTok.
No, nobody's here to give you an education. You go get your own
I feel
education,
like that's what y'all
Sean.
are here
You are
for.
a 30-year-old man. Grow the fuck up
You
and
know
We're
what's
study.
here. So,
unbelievable, Mike?
Carmel,
This is a
are you
mechanical
listening to this? Carmel,
engineer,
you listen to
bro.
this.
Yes.
I didn't say I was a mechanic. I said I went to school for mechanical engineering.
Are you listening? So, Carmel, if you was a host,
Sean,
if you
you
had,
New
have
if
Orleans.
you,
some
New
hold
Orleans
learning
on,
to
engineering.
hold on,
do on
Bridget,
how to be in life.
Carmel, if you were hosting this live, and he just pops up and want to ask you
That's
what is
not
an
why I popped
Oreo,
up. We were
how would you would have
talking.
took that?
I would have not. I would have answered the question. It's a black and white person that's together.
Yeah,
Why?
but
Why would
you would have answered that question.
Yeah, because I guess us millennials don't
Bullshit.
really look. It's just because I'm not looking at it through the lens that you're looking at it. You're kind of looking at it
No,
with
I
a
don't.
racial,
If I'm
with a
sitting here
racial
talking,
tone.
listen,
if you look at
if I'm
everything
sitting,
as
hold on,
racism
wait
through
a
a
minute,
lens, you will fucking miss
Mike, the only thing I'm
anything.
gonna say
wait a
is the
minute, wait a minute.
content means
Go ahead on,
everything.
Rican. Go on, Rican.
No, brother, you got it. I just wanted to mention this. Let's just say an individual's content says so much about them. Is all I'm gonna say, bro.
Our content.
Hey, Granny C.
Yes,
Granny
sir.
C. If you was hosting a live and a white brother comes up here, and a white man comes up here
Mm-hmm.
and asks you, I just want to ask you what an Oreo is.
If you, that's how I said it.
I'm
That's how I
talking to
said
Granny
it.
C now. I'm talking to Granny
That's
C
how I
now.
said
If
it.
he would have asked, I'm talking to
Okay.
Granny C now. How would you would have taken that?
Well, first of all, I would have taken that offensively because I wouldn't know whether he was trying to say that that's who I was or what his intentions were to even mention something like that. With Google
I
being out
explained it
here
though.
free, anybody can go up and Google some dumb shit like that and look it up for themselves. But to
I
come up
guess
in a live box and ask me a stupid question like that, to me it's a dumb question because Google is so free and it can answer that for you. You don't have to come up here and ask a person that question. I
Well, I
mean, it's
guess
just
in hindsight, I would have saved 5 minutes of my life than being
Yeah, we can't
told
get
all
those
this. You know what I mean? In
5 minutes back.
hindsight, I should have,
Yeah,
but
why are you asking other people? They should charge you to try to educate you.
charge me. Well, I thought that's what we were doing, talking and
No,
learning and
Google
discussing
is
things.
free, but you want to come
Huh?
up here and waste other people's time.
Right. We just wasted a whole session on just it's just ridiculous. Like everything that we were trying to talk to him about, it's just useless, it's ridiculous. He could have looked up sundown towns, and then when we tried to tell him about that, he's like, "Well, I've heard of it, but I didn't even know it still existed." Da, 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 da. I mean, come on. I mean, it's giving very disingenuous vibes. It's giving very
You knew
like
anything about me, if
tandem.
you knew anything about me, you know that I'm an ally. Okay, I'm a good guy. Like I'm not gonna let nobody. I'm not gonna let if I'm in front.
Then
If I see
do not
something,
come in
I'm not
other
gonna let it
people's
fly. You know.
lives.
That
Do
You knew
not
anything
doesn't.
come in
about
other
me.
people's lives. Can I give you a little heads up? Because you are my son's age. I feel like I
I'm
want
not
to
your
tell
son
you.
though. I'm not your son. You keep
No,
bringing up
but
your
you're
son. You
acting
keep
like
And
saying
you
your
an
son.
keep
idiot. My son
talking.
wouldn't
Can you
act
be
like an
quiet?
idiot.
Let her talk.
My son wouldn't talk to me that way, and my son wouldn't act like it. You say you're an ally, you're not. You're coming in and you're being disingenuous and you're not being real. And you could do this research if you really, really cared on your own. Because if you're really an ally, you don't come into a black person's space and be like this at all. So
And
you're
if
That
you're
not
an
an
ally,
ally.
you should
isn't
already
that kind
know that anyway. If you're an
isn't that
ally,
kind
you
of
should already know that.
that's kind of disingenuous. So like if I had a live going on and a black person came in my life, oh, this is a white person's space, you know, like come on, like really? Let's be fair with each other.
Um.
I'm
Uh.
gonna be fair, and I am gonna be your white older person kicking your ass because I could kick you out like right now.
Bro,
That's
child.
course.
You know
I'm
what?
gonna
Hold
be
on. Hold on. Hold on, Bridget. Bridget, hold on. Don't do that. Don't do that. Bro, child. Show my magic trick.
All right, y'all have a good night if y'all kicking me.
Yeah. Bridget, then show the magic trick, please.
Right.
So hey, Mike, I got something I would like to say.
Go ahead.
So this is for Carmel.
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 Mm-hmm.
So, as a white person, and because being in the military,
Mm-hmm.
I travel around a lot. There is no place I have never not felt comfortable or safe going.
Me neither.
Michael Greco?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good.
Hold on, Jonathan. Okay, when you said you traveled the globe, because you were in the military, and I want to thank you for your service to our country, but you were in uniform, so most likely they're scared of you. So you can walk, within your uniform. Of course, you're going to feel comfortable to go anywhere and not feel unsafe. But without your uniform, I bet you there's places that I can name, and I'm probably not going to name them because we all know there's places in the world that we cannot go.
But
And
see,
that's
a
just
lot of
that's
these
just the
places
point that
I
I wanted to
go,
make.
I don't wear my uniform. I wear civilian clothes. The
Like
reason I
where?
do not wear my uniform is because my uniform makes me a target.
Okay.
That's what
So
I
when
was
I'm
gonna.
out in
That's what I was
public,
gonna ask. That's what I
when
was
I'm out
gonna
in
say.
public, I go in civilians because that helps me blend in with the rest of the populace.
Like what country have you been to? That was other than, your race
Hold
and
on.
stuff.
Before you answer that question, Jonathan, hold on. Before you answer that question, hey, Miss Carmel, my uncle got out of the military. He just got out of war. He got out of the military in his uniform here in North Carolina. He went to a restaurant to sit down and eat,
Mm-hmm.
and they told him we don't serve ends here, and he had his uniform on. and he said, "I just got a war. I just finished. I just finished war. I just got back from the war." And he said, "I don't care. You still are in. Get out of here. You can eat it out of the dumpster."
Wow.
He left the South. He never returned. He was in uniform. Fast forward, my brother was in the war in Iraq, the Iraq War.
Mm-hmm.
He got out of the war. He was in his uniform. He was a Marine. He was in
Mm-hmm.
his uniform. He
Okay.
went down. He went down to sit down and eat.
Mm-hmm.
This was in the current times.
Mm-hmm.
He went to sit down and eat. They told him, "Listen, we have a policy here. You cannot wear your uniform sitting in here." Guess what was in front of him?
Mm-hmm.
4 Army vets in uniform eating. He said, "Wait a minute," and they were all white. He said, "They have uniforms on."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Yeah, but we know them." He got out of the restaurant. They got a restaurant and
Mm-hmm.
went and left. He
Okay.
moved to another state, to a state up north. He came right back. He's back home in North Carolina now. But the
Yeah.
same thing happened to him while he's in uniform.
But do you expect me to feel bad for him or feel sad? Because
Wow.
first of
What?
all,
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
yes, I'm gonna let you
Whoa.
finish because I don't want to interrupt. I
No,
thought
no,
you were
no,
done.
no. Go ahead on, Carmel. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
Yeah, because the way you're saying it's like you want me to have hate in my heart towards the other race, or because first of all, I don't feel bad for him because he was called the N word. I don't feel bad because he went into a restaurant where he probably shouldn't have been, being treated like that. First of all, as a black person, and from what
Thank you,
Wow.
Rican.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Rican.
We
I
we
couldn't
were
do it. I
yeah
couldn't do
Wow.
it.
You
we
can
were
go
listening. We were
fucking kick
listening.
rocks. I told you, bro.
Yes.
Listen,
Wow.
listen. She and him, they were a fucking dynamic duo. He was the insulter and she was the
Oh
justifier,
my
bro.
God.
Get the fuck
Yeah,
out of
they
here.
were
You
a
ain't gonna
tag
roll in this
team.
Did
motherfucker
she
and think that
just
shit was all
say?
good.
I can't
Did
believe
They
she
were a
just
tag
say you
team.
are supposed to feel
He's the
bad for him?
jackass.
Tag team.
She, yo, listen, Mike, remember what I told you? The worst thing that can happen is a piece of shit say something stupid and someone from the BIPOC community co-sign it. That's
Yep.
what that was.
Yep. That was
Oh
Candace
my
I
Owens
told
God.
you, bro.
3.0.
I spotted her ass from the get-go. I
You
spotted her
are
from the
supposed to
fucking
feel
He
get-go. I
bad
did.
for
said,
him.
all right.
He
Oh my
did.
God.
Rican
I
pulled
don't.
her pimp card. He pulled her pimp card when she first jumped in here.
I
And
just
she
want
was
her to,
a tag teamer.
I just want her to keep when she said
Yeah, yo,
I
I
kept her
can't
in here.
believe she said what she said, though. That's crazy.
I just
Mike,
That's a
I
cold
kept her
hearted B.
I kept her in here because I wanted to hear more from her. I want to see what else she got to say, and she did it. She did it. Oh my
You
God.
gave her the rope, Mike, and she kept on hanging
She
herself. But the
completely hung
problem
Yes.
herself.
is that
Yes,
she
she
was a
did. She
Candace
hung herself.
Owens wannabe.
Brother, remember I told
Mike,
you? Your content says everything about you. He
Yes.
didn't have any, and she had a bunch of shit that showed that she was Miss Cosmo, bro. Trust me.
Did she just
Trust
say
me.
you are supposed to
She
feel
was
bad for him?
his tag team partner. And I guarantee you, because you have a lot of
Yes,
followers, yo, that's crazy, bro. That I
Oh
yep.
couldn't
my
take that
God.
shit. That shorty was
I can't
gone.
believe she said that.
What's up?
Mike popped that.
Mike,
I mean, not Mike, but Rican popped the cherry on that shit. Rican was like, "Oh, fuck this shit." No.
Michael Greco, you didn't finish, sir. I
No, that.
apologize for that.
No. I was just
Yeah,
Man,
I'm out,
fuck
man. But
Biden.
I
I'm
just
just
had
agreeing with
to deal
everybody.
with that. Have a
Biden.
good night, guys. I'll
Go
be in the
ahead,
Fuck
room.
Ken.
Biden.
Thank you, Rican.
And
Later,
the
Thank
fact
you,
Rican.
man.
Love you,
she
Regan.
Yes.
obviously and she obviously knows nothing about anybody being in the military. I mean, for her to say that stuff, that I was like, whoa. I mean,
you are supposed to feel bad. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I just was blown away, man. I couldn't believe what she said.
I just want to talk to her about the GI Bill.
Yeah. What is Doc?
I asked 1,000 times if I could ask a question, and you never did let me. I am pissed off now, buddy.
It was just so much going on. I'm sorry. It was so much going on.
Mike, instead of starting to yell for him to shut up, just mute him. Mute the person.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
And
Christian,
just let them sit there and yell and you can continue to talk.
Christian, what did you mumbling over there, sir?
I told her to quit getting mad.
Huh?
I told her to quit getting mad.
What you told who quit getting mad?
That girl.
What girl?
Me?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Hold on. Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute, guys. What are you talking about?
She was yelling.
Hey, Christian, what did you got to say? What did you come up with to say?
I say fuck Biden.
I say fuck you, Pope.
Bridget, y'all show him a magic trick, please. Show him
I got it.
Do it. Show him the magic trick. Do it. So he can shut up. Do it so he can shut up.
Show him the magic trick. That's funny.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, Wolfie.
Roy, this is Troll Patrol right now. Troll Patrol.
I'm glad I still got my boots on. That's all I'm gonna say. Whoo.
Wow,
that little gal a few minutes ago, the Caramello girl. As hell, I was even going, damn. That scared me.
I cannot believe she said that. I can't believe. Do I supposed to feel what?
Yeah.
That just whoa. Anyways,
I'm sorry. I believe anybody who signs the dotted line to defend their country, their beliefs, their family, their friends, no matter what skin color, no matter what branch, should be treated with the utmost respect.
Exactly.
Amen, brother.
Exactly.
But
Hey,
we know
Jonathan.
that's not what happened historically.
Hey, Jonathan, I just want to thank you for your service, by the way.
Thank you for your shoot. I'm flabbergasted because my mind's still in a tailspin right now. Thank you for your support.
The sad part is what Caramello was talking about. There are still a couple of towns in North Carolina,
yes,
that are like that, and to me that's stupid because for one, this is 2023, folks. Let's get the hell over and get together.
Mike and I both are from North Carolina. He's from the middle, I'm from the very western end.
If I'm running a restaurant, a gas station, a motel, I don't care what it is. I want everybody's money. I don't care what color they are. The only color I'm gonna see is green.
I know that's right.
Hey, Wolfie, that money's still green, ain't it?
The money's all
Hell
green.
yeah.
No, that's right.
That's the only color that matters.
That kills
green.
Me, that to me, that's if you want to say you're a great businessman. Well, how you gonna cut your nose off your face by turning away clientele? That'd be like me going to the all-you-can-eat buffet and I'm going, oh no, we closed. You're too big. Hell yeah, I'm big as hell. You know I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna pay some damn good money for it. I don't get it.
That's funny.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Where have I heard that before?
When Sean was up here, how was I being hateful, Granny?
No, you were not. You were actually just, asking him questions. He was disingenuous from Jump Street, though. I mean, he came up in here telling us that the reason why he came up in the live was because of some shit that happened 2 days ago, because he wanted to know what was come on, he was disingenuous from Jump Street.
It was disrespectful.
Yeah. Yes.
I must admit, I have never even heard the term Oreo.
You're
Of
right,
course,
I
Chris.
then
I
heard
again,
never
my
heard
my
the
mom
term.
son
when I
less
was a
than
Me
teenager,
either.
but
So,
that's
And I'm
so
from
in
and
my
I'm from the
case,
South. I've never even heard of that.
I haven't
so in
either.
Oh.
my
Of course,
case,
I'm from one
Well,
half
see,
of 1% people of color, so you know.
well,
But
I'm
Doxy,
we have, and usually it's for anyone who's mixed blood. They want to call them, and it's like, why? Why be ignorant?
look,
exactly.
I'm
We
Heinz
all the same blood
57. I'm
type.
a
We all
mutt.
the same color. Our skin might be a different color, but I'm gonna tell you, if I peeled each one of y'all from head to toe, and I peel myself from head to toe, and get rid of the skin, guess what? We all the same damn color.
And we all
Yeah,
bleed
but
red.
racism is still alive and well. And I grew up, and my
Oh, I
mom,
know.
who wasn't living here most of her life, still got that fucking shit into her head when I was a teenager and said shit like that to me.
Oh
but you
yeah,
know
I
what?
grew up
The
with it.
thing is that people can't help how they're raised. And Doxy, when you said that you had never heard the term, that's understandable because there's a lot of terms that I haven't heard that are very prevalent in the South that I just learned from one of my friends. Like, for instance, this term that says, oh, he's low rent. Like, I've never even heard that before, but that's a cultural thing that they say in the South.
Well,
And so it's like things like that we pick up because we like the term that he's talking about, that's very prevalent, like in African American communities across the country or whatever. But the thing is that if he had to come up in here and said, I don't mean any disrespect, but I heard this term the other night, Mike, and I wanted to know, can you tell me, like, what does that mean? Like him
That's what
saying it in that way, it would have come off as it being like he genuinely just wanted to
just wanted to
know,
know exactly.
but he didn't
And,
come off like that, and we could tell he was being
and,
disingenuous.
and I still don't know. And I hate the new terms now. When somebody's talking and like when a young person is talking and talking, then they say no cap. I don't know I still don't know what that means.
No
I
cap.
don't know.
No cap.
It's no cap.
What does no cap mean?
You want me to tell you where it come from?
Please.
Sports.
Art,
You got a salary cap, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was
the
gonna
You
say
get the better
insurrection,
players.
honey.
You get the
sports,
better
no cap.
players. You got no salary cap.
Yeah.
So
So
no
should I
cap
feel
means that's the
stupid?
best.
Should I feel stupid then?
It took me like 6 months to figure it out.
Yeah, I heard that before. I've heard that before. And that's
Hey,
exactly
Omni,
But
how you
again,
doing? Omni, how you doing? Okay, go on.
again,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
too,
ahead, sweetie.
is I'm
Sweetie, I got
quite
you
a
out.
bit older than most, and I don't hang around with people, so I don't. Other than on TikTok, I don't really talk to anybody other than family. So
No cap, no lie. Okay, or no BS. You're right. Okay, all right. Omni, go ahead.
What are we talking
Omni.
about here?
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
All I think is Biden 2024. That's all I see. I don't see.
Okay, you can go. What do you want to talk about? What did you come up here to talk about?
I just want to enjoy the conversation. That's it.
You join. You said you were enjoying the conversation. What conversation you enjoying? If you don't know
I
what
don't
we're
know. I was
talking
just
about.
listening to you guys, and then I get brought into the conversation.
Okay, what do you? I mean, to come up here in the box. And I'm not trying to be pleased. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but to come up here in the box, got to be, know what we're talking about, or you got to have something to talk about.
No, I
I
just
mean,
I left the live and came into this one, and I was just like, let me join this
because
one.
because on January 6th, there was everybody who rushed into the building, and when they finally got in the gallery, they
Mm-hmm.
got in the gallery. There was one guy standing around going like this. That with the gang didn't know what was because the black guy walking just with his hands on his hip, looking around. He didn't know what the fuck he was in there for. So that's when people come in my live, they come up here and go looking around. Got to know what we're talking about, man.
So what
hey,
you're saying is
Mike,
that like like January
Mike,
6th is like a
send
terrorist attack? Is that what you're saying?
send Crush Unit
Yeah.
an invite and see if he wants to come up and discuss it.
Yeah,
If he don't,
Yeah.
I got
then
a
go to
question real
bed.
quick.
Huh?
Can I ask a question real
Oh,
quick?
wait, but hold on. Wait 1 second. 1 second, Solar. Hold on. Wait a minute. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Solar.
Oh, me. All right. So, whatchamacallit? It's about the whole abortion and Biden thing. Like, and should a woman be able to, right? If a man,
You damn right she should.
hold up.
Hold on.
If a
That
man,
is what you're coming up here for
Hold
right
on.
now?
No, guys. Let him
just hear me
finish,
out. Hear me
please.
out.
Let him
He,
finish. Go ahead.
If a man parachutes off a plane and lands in a woman's vagina, is that considered rape?
Are you
I
a
got him.
jackass?
That's why I said hold on a second, because I had a
There
funny
you
feeling he
go.
gonna say
He
something
left.
What
stupid.
the fuck? What kind of question was
Did
That's why I
that?
did that.
did you send Crush Unit an invite?
you can't kick the idiots. You have to let the idiots stay in so we can
Are you?
be
Well, I'm
sure.
still doing the
Wow.
math on
That's
I
that.
can't.
how
He
it
can't.
works.
He
Don't
can't.
kick
He
them,
can't.
please.
I think he's probably
He's got
Crush you and your.
1,671 followers.
Hold on.
Somebody
Well,
needs to
it is.
teach him some sex education.
Guys, he can't be. He's been banned. He's been banned.
Oh,
He's been bananas.
well then he can go take a nap. That's all I
Okay,
needed to know.
go ahead. Do what you gotta do. I don't care.
So I just wanted to talk about something that's I'm kind of worried about. I live in Vancouver, Washington right now. I've been here. I've been in the Pacific Northwest now for almost 15 years, and I met my wife out here. She's never lived in the South. She's never lived in a red state.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about moving in. My family, my mother and my brothers and everything they all live in North Carolina.
What part?
Mount Pleasant, actually.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
My
Good.
mother.
God don't move or here. This place is going to hell in a handbasket quicker every day.
We're talking about because we don't have anybody out here anymore. My dad passed away not too long after I moved out here, and we don't really have any family left out here. So we're talking about moving to North Carolina to be closer to my family. I'll be honest with you. I'm nervous about moving back.
I wouldn't. There ain't enough love nor money. If I was out of this fucking place, I wouldn't be back. No way.
Wait, say where you live at, Michael? Where you live now?
Vancouver, Washington, state of Washington.
Okay, that's a nice place. It's a nice place.
You know,
Why you don't like it?
Here. I like it here,
Mm-hmm.
but it's getting too much. It's getting too costly to live out here. It really is.
Come to Georgia.
Come
to Georgia.
No, hell no. Georgia's even fucking worse.
We are not.
And
yes,
I have to be honest. The crime is getting to be bad out here too because the homelessness crisis and the drug crisis out here is horrible. It really started. I hadn't been affected by it until about 3 weeks ago when my car got broken into, and that was enough for me.
Michael, are you blaming that on a Democratic state? Is that your
No,
point?
not at all. Not at all.
Yes, you are. Don't lie. Don't lie.
No. I don't think he is. I don't think.
No,
Go ahead,
I'm
Michael.
not at all.
It just happened to be a Democrat state, correct?
Yes, I am a Democrat. I voted for Biden. So,
Michael, honey, drugs are so rampant in North Carolina, it's crazy. It might not be in that little specific spot around your family, but trust me, the town I'm in, they don't pronounce it the way it's supposed to be. They call it Cranklin.
Michael, here's a. Can I say? I know you didn't finish. Let me just say this right quick, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
Um, you know, I found a way to at least try to stop the homeless crisis. I mean, we'll start with that one because that drug. I know you got drug problems there, crime and stuff like that. We've got to start one at a time. So I found a way to stop the homeless crisis.
Yeah,
Get,
it's the
do you have more than 5 friends?
more than 5 friends. Not really. I don't really have a
Okay,
lot of friends. I don't
okay,
really have
all
a
right,
lot of
but
friends out
okay.
here.
Do you have more than 5 acquaintances?
Yes,
Okay, so you have more than 10 acquaintances?
probably yes.
Okay, all right. Get all of them up. Start a Care Bear program. Start a program like that. Get some people together. Double the size. Get on TikTok. Go on social media. Get them your Cash App. Do you have Cash App?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you have a GoFundMe?
No, I don't.
Okay. Start a GoFundMe. Go start a GoFundMe and get a Cash App. I know one of your friends, out of your acquaintances, I know at least one of them has a Cash App. Have them send money to that Cash App to donate to take up a charity, do a fundraiser. And when you do all that money, go out and buy stuff from Dollar Trees that homeless people can use. Certain things that they can use. Buy a lot of stuff. Keep that stuff stored and make a Care Bear. Put stuff in there. Put products in there for men. Products in there for women. Give Take care of the homeless people. Take care of them. Then, as far as the drug problem is concerned, you will not do nothing about drug problem. The drug problem is blue class, is blue class, blue collar and white collar. It is either crack or fentanyl. It's
Yeah.
either one of them. You go to the suburb, it's fentanyl. You go to the black neighborhood, it's crack. That's just the bottom line. You are not going to stop drugs. It's not going to happen. And now with drugs,
Why can't
now
we
with
stop drugs?
And the
no,
South is
you're not going to
messed.
stop it, man. You're
No,
not
no,
going to
no.
stop drugs.
Why
Omni,
can't we stop drugs?
Omni, hold on,
Premise.
stop. I'm talking. Wait a minute,
Why
Omni,
can't we stop drugs?
Omni. If you okay, you ask me a question. I'm getting ready to tell you. If you could be quiet, please.
We'll do.
You're never going to stop drugs. When has the drug problem slowed down?
When Trump was president.
What
Oh,
the hell is
God.
wrong with this guy?
Oh boy.
No, actually, more was in the country because we actually
Oh
caught a whole
my
bunch of
God!
murder
More
So
drugs
you
were in the
want to?
country
So
because of Trump.
so so it comes out. It bleeds through. It bleeds through. You snuck up here.
There you have it.
I'm gonna voice my opinion of, and this is just my opinion. I feel like
Wow.
there's not enough programs out for these people. The people that are on drugs, there's no programs for them.
And,
There's no help.
and Michael, you're absolutely right because as I was getting ready to say before the Trumper said something,
Yeah.
but listen, where there's a drug problem, there's going to be a crime problem. You're not going to stop drugs, therefore you won't stop crime. They are linked. They
Why
are
can't we
linked.
stop drugs?
The war on
You
drugs never worked.
Why
Ever.
can't we stop
Okay,
drugs?
You
drugs.
can't.
Mike Omni, the drug problem has never stopped. Now you got new drugs. Now you got fentanyl coming in. Now along with the crack cocaine. You got all these. Man, you are not going to stop the drug problem.
Where does fentanyl come from?
Where is it coming from, Omni?
I don't know. I'm asking you. Where does it come from?
I don't know where it comes from neither.
Oh, it comes from the
It's
United
here
States of
though.
America. You're right.
I
It's
can
here.
tell you what the
It's
majority
United
is.
States, it goes
Awesome.
down into Mexico and it comes back to the United States.
No,
It
don't
is
It's
all
fentanyl.
over.
no, the majority
Fentanyl
of
is straight
fentanyl right
from the
now is
United States
coming
of
from
America.
China. The most fentanyl right now is coming from China.
Tweety is right about the
For it to be
fentanyl coming
free.
from China. Fentanyl is a synthetic. What is it? It's synthetic morphine. That's what it is. And yes, Tweety is right about the. Yes, it comes.
Where do we get morphine from? Where does that come from?
Omni, you know what? Don't be stupid.
Oh,
How about
okay.
that?
Where did
No,
morphine come
don't
from?
be
I'm
stupid.
gonna
Why don't
accept
you
it,
look?
Mike.
Look. No, you see, you're being like Sean now. Look it up.
Oh, that's my name. Awesome. Nice. My name's Sean. Nice to meet you.
Who just dropped?
So where did morphine
Oh,
come from?
Omni, that Google is free. And let me ask you
look it up.
something.
Oh, wait. So you base your life off of Google? Is that what you do?
Can I make
Look
one
at here. Let me
comment?
tell you
And then
something.
I'll
Hold on,
finish.
stop.
Do you have a personal opinion,
Omni, stop.
or do you base everything
Omni,
off of the
stop.
Google?
Omni,
Okay,
stop.
go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm done.
Granny, finish. Wolf, then I'm gonna come to you, okay? Omni, finish.
Omni, would you support if your candidate 45 is reelected? Would you support him putting his son Don Jr. in charge as a drug czar? Would you support that?
I don't even know what that is, but yeah, of course. Why not?
Let's get him in charge. Let's get Don Jr. in charge of, getting rid of fentanyl and all these other illegal substances, in the country, because I
But
think he would make a great
Biden's
drug czar.
son. We're gonna let Biden's son, the one that's addicted
No,
to every
I'm worried
drug
about
No, we're not
Don
talking about Biden. But we're not
Jr.
talking about Biden. He's not in charge. He's not in charge of anything.
Okay.
He's not in charge of anything. So try another one.
Yeah, in America he's not, but in China he is. He's in control of everything.
I have one comment.
Wait a minute.
True.
Hold on. Dotsy Magic. Show me that trick you showed me last time. Show me that
Oh,
trick.
okay. I was just going to
Show me
tell
that
you too. Drug sick or dope sick. Go look up dope sick and watch it.
No. Please hurry up and show. No. Go.
I'm
Show him.
hurrying.
Show him.
There you go.
It's done.
Thank you.
Trick. I love that magic.
Wolfie, I couldn't let you. Wolfie, I'm sorry. I know you want to talk to him, but I couldn't no more. I couldn't. He was being disingenuous on purpose. So I'm not doing it.
We also gotta watch your blood pressure, Mike. Don't need
I
nothing
know.
bad happening.
I know.
Wait,
and
I got my lisinopril right now. I'm good. I got my blood pressure medicine.
I just met Mike, and I love the dude like a brother.
I'm having a ham sandwich.
Well, see, my thing is this. He asked a question that, if he had any sense, is easily answered.
Yeah.
Why can't we stop drugs? How about we go back to the early 80s when the DEA was first started and formed? They were using all the second-hand throwaway vehicles and all from all the government entities. All right, let's roll forward to 2023. The DEA has the most sophisticated, advanced equipment out there that our military doesn't even have. They're not going to stop the drugs because that cuts their money out.
True.
Yeah,
They showed in the report in the early 80s. A report was released that got accidentally released to what's supposed to be. That the drugs coming to this country were brought forth into this country by our own government as a control mechanism.
Hey, Mom.
Can I make one little comment?
Wolfie. Wolfie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Wolfie. I apologize. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But that, the report came out. They were sending cocaine and crack cocaine into the lower privileged, impoverished black neighborhoods.
Thank you.
Blacks down. They were sending other stuff to the white to white areas to keep them down. And as they look, it's still the same way. We won't stop drugs in this country until we stop the government from sending drugs in this country.
Hey, listen. When I want to let y'all know this. When I start singing this, do you believe in magic? That's when you know what to do. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. Right, Docs.
Right. I just wanted to say, and especially for this dude down in the comments, Coy, I think, the biggest majority of fentanyl coming into this country is coming in through ports of entry by white people. Look it up. And
there you go.
If you don't want to believe that, go watch the movie or the documentary Dope Sick that shows where the doctors started out giving a little bit of fentanyl to the people of West Virginia. And when it wasn't enough, they would up it a little more. And then when that wasn't enough, they would up it a little more. Watch it and see.
And Future Shock, man, I don't know what was wrong with that. I don't know what was that guy. I don't know. Future Shock asked me. He said, "What was that guy?" I said, "Man, I don't know what was that guy." Huh?
Michael Herbert told us Biden was white. I didn't know that. Did you?
That's a
Yeah, I
news
just saw
alert.
that.
I didn't know that. I mean,
I
I'm a
thought he
black
was pink
person.
with purple polka dots.
I don't know who's white and who's BIPOC.
Granny C.
That's breaking news. Yes, sir.
I went into a live the other day. You remember that guy West Palm that looked at me and said, the shooting is caused by you people." I'm like, what did he say? And you yelled out, I said, "What did you just finish saying?" And I
Oh
had to kick him.
yeah.
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 Well, I went into a live though yesterday, and he was in a live, and he was in a BIPOC live talking about how
My
much he
God.
appreciate black people. I went up in there. I said, "Wait a minute. You said they let me up." I said, "You say
Yeah.
how much you appreciate black people. What did you say the other day?" He
Mm-hmm.
said, I don't know who you are." I said, "Okay, do you remember this statement? The most of crimes committed by you people." He said, "I said that to get your attention." And everybody
Oh
yelled,
hell no.
so you admitted you said it." He said, "Yeah, I only said to get his attention." He said, "Well, he said, now I'm getting your attention." They kicked him off. They
Wow.
said, "Motive, thanks. Thank you so much." I said, "Oh man, listen, if I see people perpetrating a fraud, I'm calling them out. Like right now, this lady named Goddess that's coming in right now, she is going to kick my ass.
Oh my God.
She is getting ready to kick it good too. Oh
Do
my
they not
God.
enjoy this little picture of people getting baptized in the name of
And
the
here come my
cross?
favorite. Hold on, where's she at? Wait a minute, I gotta get her in here. One of my favorite analysts right here. Wait a minute, here she come. Here she come.
Oh, I try real hard in most of these political.
Hey, lovely.
Hi, sweetheart.
How you
Hi,
doing?
geek.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, y'all remember that video I posted that went a little bit viral, and it's the only reason why I have enough followers to get up here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So those numbers
Oh my.
were so much lower than we ever fucking thought.
Really?
Yeah. So like, so we're working with a few people. So Muscles and Nursing gets most of his data from Antifa operative on Twitter, and we're like, she's part of our team, and so we're using her data and data from like this other guy who's been collecting this stuff. He's got a Patreon, so we're using his data with his permission, and all of my friend Ken's data and like all of the other stuff that's been coming in since I posted that video. And we still have a month of data to go, and we have 130 since January 1st, and we still have a month of data to go.
Girl,
I am emotionally wrecked from collecting all of it, and I just
Data. Lady, what is that a picture of?
That's a picture of people getting baptized in the name
Mm-hmm.
of Trump,
Come
in
again.
front of a Trump sign.
Give me a
And
break.
Goddess, oh
Uh,
my God, Goddess.
I see, because I tell people, and they're like, no, I can pull up another one if you'd like. Hold on,
That's crazy.
hold on,
I'm shocked.
hold on.
But
See, I
seriously,
think I.
like,
Here you go.
Oh, I guess you are.
There you go. See
Oh
Trump sign?
wow.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen,
This
that
is worse than I thought.
the first picture that you had up there, you got to
Uh-huh.
send me that picture.
Actually, all you got to do is go to my profile, and I have a video of it. Just
Okay,
screenshot it.
got you, got you. Okay, wow, amazing. No, it's not. It's not amazing. It is.
That's blasphemy. That's what that is.
I
You
know,
little Christian
Trisha.
hypocrites.
It's worse than we thought. I mean, my God.
Cause I
When I
keep.
saw the golden statue,
Is that
I knew that they were off the rocker, but now they're off the rails.
is that is,
And that's.
is that called Trumpism at its finest? Right there.
Yes, it is.
I kept.
I'm just
I kept telling
I'm
the
just
real.
saying.
I kept telling Rican, and Rican didn't believe me, and I said, "Yeah." Told AC. Yeah,
I
so
mean,
I'm like, "Yeah."
they really believe this guy is like God. They really do.
It's called cult.
Has anybody up here ever voted for Trump at least one time?
Hell
No,
no.
no.
I've never liked that man.
no.
Mike, I voted for him.
Yeah, okay. And
Let me tell you what I voted for him to
go
do.
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
voted for him to. I voted for him to take a a unalived
Plane back to
hike,
Russia.
an
Plane to
unalived
Russia.
hike.
I voted for him. I voted for him to take a long walk off a short pier.
Thank you. Yes, that's a nice. Yeah, I like that one better.
Look,
Clip.
81 million votes. 81 million votes is a lot of votes, and he wanna run again. Come on,
Look,
yeah.
my question is what? Why would he even be allowed to run again?
Thank
That's
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Seriously,
He only Teflon Don.
I guess
No,
that's what
not
billions of
Teflon.
dollars does for
Diaper
you,
Don.
right?
The tubes are
Unless he
being.
gets charged and found guilty of sedition. And then he couldn't, because that would cause it.
Well,
Are
then
they
they better
still
hurry
doing?
up and do it. That's what I gotta say.
Are they still
Isn't he
doing
the
the
guy?
January 6th hearings or no? Or is that over?
Oh no,
That's
they go.
over.
Oh,
Oh,
It's
the
but
over.
no,
hearing
Kevin
is over.
McCarthy's threatening to bring it back.
No, it's over. He's done. He can't. They can't. They're not gonna do this.
Mike, can
But
I ask a question to the panel?
sure.
Um, this man, 45, sued CNN for $475 million for a defamation lawsuit on, defaming his character. He also took
You
down
don't have a
their
character.
sponsorship and their viewership by calling CNN fake news over the 4 years which he was president. Why in the hell would CNN, after their tumultuous relationship, why in the hell would they re-platform him and say that they are going to run a series of town hall rallies, which I call griftathons, in favor of this man coming back on their network? Why in the fuck are they doing that? Haven't they seen this
Because
experiment where he tried to tear us down? He tried to tear this country limb by limb apart?
Hey,
Because
hey,
Granny,
Grancy. Grancy, can
I
I
have
answer
an
that question?
CNN
explanation
is
for
now
that.
owned by the right.
I can tell you
CNN's
why.
ownership changed, and it
But
is
not
now
only
owned by the right.
not only that
So,
though, Doxy. Not only that. Remember what I did to that girl Caramel? Gave her a
Yeah,
lot of rope. That's what CNN doing to Donald Trump, giving him some rope.
Uh,
it's real simple. Money, 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 money,
Yeah, exactly.
money.
Yeah, that too.
Money printer go.
this is a shame. I mean,
See,
that's
and the
got to be
crazy.
said. The only thing I can think of that would make sense, because considering what he did to damage that brand of CNN, the only thing I can think of is if they are going to set his ass up and get him out there
and then pull the wool from up under his ass and make him fall.
And
Because if they go out there and say things like this, like they say, for instance, this is the first question they should say. So Donnie, can you tell us, do you still feel that CNN is fake news? And do you still feel like we were the biggest threat to this nation? Okay, when he has to answer the question, he's got two answers, yes or no. If he says no, I think we're good. We're cool now, guys. I'm good with y'all. If he says that, his basers are going to crucify him. And if he says, yes, I think you guys are still full of shit and this and that, then the journalist should say, then why the fuck are you here?
and not to mention, Granny, not to mention, you know, CNN, you fired Don Lemon, which Donald Trump bumped heads with him plenty of times. You fired Don Lemon, but you want to bring Donald Trump, you want to platform Donald Trump. You want to platform him. So how did
Yep.
that make you look? How did it make
But
you look,
again,
man?
they are now owned by right-wing owners. So
And the only
it's
reason they
slowly
fired
been
Don Lemon,
changing.
yep. And the only reason why they fired Don Lemon is because Don Lemon stood up for the for black people when this guy was up there talking bad about black people. Don Lemon stood up. He stood up for him, and they
Can,
fired him for it.
can we bring up
Yeah.
how he was so anti-vax, but yet he got the shot?
Yes,
True.
No,
thank
no, no,
you.
no, 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 no. He wasn't anti-vax. Donald Trump wasn't. His supporters were. He wasn't anti-vax. Here's what it was. Donald Trump actually, God, y'all, my stomach's gonna hurt by me saying this. I know it is. Whew. Donald Trump did try to fight to get the vaccine faster. He did. He
I
did.
know.
Okay,
Oh, that's the
Oh,
small part. That's just a small
No,
I
but
part.
get it.
But
it wasn't
Operation
about
Warp
faster.
Speed
yeah,
actually helped.
yeah, yeah.
It did.
But
I can't
but
even deny that as a fact
yeah,
finder.
yeah.
Operation Warp Speed was a net positive
It
for the
did help.
country.
It
But
did help.
he,
But what he
but he
did
threw the
do,
playbook away. We expected
what
it
he
to begin
did,
with.
what he did do. This is what he did. He also he didn't crucify the vaccine. He crucified the virus by crucifying the where the virus came from. He crucified the Chinese. That
oh
it's a
yeah.
China virus.
Calling it the China virus.
That's
Yep.
what he did. He called the
Calling it the
China
China virus.
virus.
Yep.
So by him doing this is what he was saying to himself. Well, let me hurry up and get that vaccine here so I can stop that China virus that the Chinese brought over here.
Well,
That's what he
what's
did.
sad is there was like a family in Texas, and they weren't they were Vietnamese, and people thought that they were Chinese, and they were assaulted
Oh yeah, it
Hmm.
happened. It
Wow.
happened to a lot of
because of that.
Asian American people.
Yeah.
They
As
should
And he's
sue
not.
Donald Trump. They should sue Donald Trump because
Exactly.
he weaponized that virus against them.
Sue them. They just gonna get their money back that he grifted from them. They probably
I've
paid
got
us some
so
money.
I just I'm sorry. I find it really questionable. I find the timing of all that funny when they were complaining about disabled people and Social Security so much. There's things I question. There's just
I agree.
really things that I find funny because I am of the opinion that that virus was man-made. Um, and you can't find the article anymore because I've tried about that doctor that was found with vials on him
Mm.
in the airport,
Yep.
and he was getting money from us and from China, and they ended up deporting his lab assistant because she lied on her application. She was in fact with the People's Liberation Army, and she lied on her application. And I don't know, you can't find articles on it anymore. It's just disappeared, and it all concerns COVID. You can't find it
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
because I've
you know
tried.
what? This is the thing. During COVID, when it first came out, it was all under 45's administration, and there was a lot of dirty, shady dealings going on with him and his administration. And I'm telling you, I don't put anything past them
because the motherfucker knew that it was an airborne, disease. I mean, whatever virus, and he didn't even alert the American people. Therefore, a lot of people left this planet,
Yeah,
prematurely. And I
How
don't
many
know why
more?
the hell their families aren't getting together and suing the motherfucker.
How many
He
more?
knew
How many
back in
more would be
like
dead?
September
How many
before
more would be
before
dead
it got here.
if he had won? If he was still in office, there would be billions, millions dead.
exactly,
Oh
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, Wolfie, you
Yes,
got
sir.
anything to say, man? I'm sorry, I cut you out earlier, man. I am so sorry.
It's all
No, I
right.
had to leave. I had to leave. You didn't hear me. I said I gotta go.
No, I'm
I
talking
had to
about
leave.
Wolfie. No, I'm talking about Wolfie,
Oh,
man. I'm
oh,
talking about
oh,
Wolfie.
oh,
I,
oh, oh.
He's talking about
I
me.
thought you had got mad at me when you dropped.
No, I told you. I said I have
You
to
got it,
leave.
future, no problem.
Right. I had to go somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think we could hear you over that other idiot. I mean, that other person that was discussing things. My bad.
Don't you get yourself banana now.
I ain't got no filter.
You gotta watch it because they're
I like
gold.
Wolfie, man.
They're
Wolfie would
trying
tell
to
it where
set
it is.
people up.
Disillusioned
They're trying to set
idiocity
people
or
up to get their lives banned. So you guys gotta watch it.
Well, see, my only thing about the whole COVID thing is, see, I'm not going to blame either side for it because I know what it was all about. And you got to think where it was designed at. It was designed for population control.
Exactly, eugenics.
It's gotten bad to where that's what the world's coming to. And especially in this country, they don't want us to have peace. They don't want, like, what's going on here. They don't want what they call mixed races. I just call us people of different color, but we all the same person. We all American. We all,
We all bleed the same color.
That's right. They don't want us coming together peacefully and having any kind of union and being able to, resolve things peacefully because then they have no control.
And
As long as they
I
keep us
just
at each other's throats, they have complete control.
and Wolfie, I just wish people that look like uh uh me and Granny C can walk around and believe what you just said. Don't get me wrong, what you said is it's heartfelt, and I agree with you. I agree with you, but I just wish that we can walk around and believe that because me and her, we, I mean, people look at us like how you look at a spider that's on the wall. The first thing you want to do, kill it. That's the first thing you want to do, and that's how cops looked at us. Other day, I got a cops call on me sitting at home. Somebody called the cops on me because I was trespassed. It wasn't really a trespass. It was something that went on with a loved one of mine, and I went down there and I created a scene because something that it was legitimate. And the cop called. The cop. I called. Then I called the. I called my wife's phone. The cops answered the phone. He went outside. I caught her on video. He went outside for about 10 minutes. I was cussing that cop out, cussing him out. I'm not talking. You get the fuck off my wife's phone. He every time you call, I'm gonna answer this phone. I said, guess what? And I will go down there. I will go down there where you at right now. I will take that phone out your damn hand, give it to my wife, and call my wife while you still standing there. And I bet you won't touch that phone again. And he said, so you're threatening me. You call it what the fuck you want to call it. I don't care. Call it what you want to call it. Well,
There you go. There's my
today, today, a black lady did the same thing. She called the cop, wanted the cop to do something. The same scenario. He said, I don't think he's a threat. See, my wife is white. See, there's this thing called white privilege. It happens. It happens. Me and my wife is fine. We're not no issue. We're fine. We're fine. It was just something else that happened beyond that. This
And I
black
would
lady,
agree.
her husband was actually abusing her and gonna come to her job and do something. She called the cops. Cops said, "Yeah, no problem." Today
See,
she didn't go. Today
and,
she didn't
and
go to
I
work.
agree with you 100%
She
on
did,
that.
the day she didn't go to work because you know why she didn't go to work? Because she was beaten up so bad by her husband.
Yeah.
See, that's me and Granny C's everyday life, right, Granny?
Yep.
Well, and the bad part of it is,
You
it wouldn't
don't
be
know
like
the
that.
nappy professor.
We had better screening service for our police officers.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
We need a vetting.
exactly.
And don't get me wrong,
We need
you
to
got
vet
some,
them.
I mean, you got some damn good police officers out there.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you got a shitload of either ones that were bullies in school or got bullied the whole time they were in school. Now they got a badge and a gun,
Right.
and it goes to their damn head,
Right.
and they keep forgetting they're not here to attack and antagonize. They're here to protect and to serve.
Mm-hmm.
They're here, you know.
But
If I remember, the
Wolfie,
first part of the law is innocent until proven guilty. The way we've gone now is everybody's guilty, and you got to prove yourself innocent.
You know, Wolfie, something you didn't know. Because your first time on my live. My father was. I don't have a father today. He's gone. He was unalived by a police officer. He didn't. He wasn't. He was unarmed. They walked. He was walking down the street, and they said. He said that they said Arthur. That was his name, Arthur. He turned around. He said, "Turn around and take out." Well, he didn't turn around. They asked him to turn around and turn around, and take out your ID. He turned around, had his ID in his hand, threw his hands in the air. They shot him 4 times, which one of the bullets hit him in the head.
Mike.
And he, oh, I see, and he died. Of course, he died. You know, I have had a disdain for cops ever since then.
I'm sorry, and I hate to hear that, brother.
Yeah, thank you. And I
Unfortunately,
don't.
I think the
I
cops involved
I
in that should be tied
huh?
behind a car somewhere and drugged down the damn highway until all
Yeah.
the flesh off their bone.
Well, that was the worst part, though, Wolfie. The son
They
of a
didn't get shit
bitch
done to them.
who killed the son of a bitch who shot the fatal bullet who went through my father. Son of a bitch appeared at my father's funeral, and we didn't know it. And I was 5, but my mother didn't know it until the funeral, after the funeral, that he was there. And he said, he told people that I did it because I felt that I had to. That's procedure. We go to the funeral. I didn't want to go, but I did it because it's procedure.
No, the hell, procedure is you don't shoot somebody who's unarmed holding a damn wallet there to show their
Yeah,
ID that you asked them to damn do.
exactly.
That's procedure.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm too deeply American that I see the injustice, the injustice, the unjustness in our government and all our government entities that just it sickens me, man. You've got cops with way too much power. You've got all these different. It's like I said somebody the other night. This country is unfortunately in serious dire need of a hardcore reboot.
Yeah.
I mean, we've forgotten the whole thing about a government of the people, by the people, for the people. Now it's okay. We've got all the gold. Shit on the people.
Yeah.
Yep. The reason why cops are such bullies is they select for that behavior. There was a very intelligent man who applied to his local police academy and force and everything, and he was properly trained and wanted to be a police officer. I believe this is the situation. I'll have to look the article back up. Basically, they said that he was too smart to join the police force because he would get bored.
Wow.
Mikey,
Yeah.
have you got all my?
Huh?
There was
Have
this
you got all my
fabulous
birthday
young
presents
girl,
back?
young woman who also wanted to join the police force. Went through like several different academies and everything, and for everyone, she was told she was not, basically not a culture fit.
Not a
So
culture fit.
yeah.
Wow.
So in addition to them not actually selecting good people, they actually can't keep officers because they're offering starting salaries so low that they can't find apartments.
Talk to me back when our store was 24 hours. And they all knew me. They was all real good to me. They always kept coming in and checking. And there was one, which he's a preacher now, but poor old boy, he was just kind of delusional. But, you know, he was talking to me one night. And he said, told me what they made, and it was like $12,000 a year. This would have been early 90s. Early 90s. He said, now think about this. Say you pull over a vehicle and it's got a load of drugs in it. And he said they hand you $10,000 or $15,000 cash if you'll turn and look the other way. He said, how many cops are not going to do it?
Yeah. My grandfather got pulled one day. I'm glad you said that. He got pulled one day, and my grandfather, he raised hogs, and he just got back from the farmers market, and they pulled him, and they told him get out of the truck, and they said you got two busted tail lights back here, and my grandfather said, well, he said, I thought I had it fixed. He said, "No, you were writing." Back then I used to write on the clipboard. I used to write out the tickets. So he was writing out the ticket. My grandfather took out $40, and he was still writing the ticket. He glanced over and looked at it. He said, "I don't hear you." And he handed him, another 40. He said, I hear the phone ringing, but I can't pick it up." And he handed him another 20. He said, "Hello." He said, "Get out of here." He said, "Get that tail light fixed." Pocket the money and walked away. And they still doing this to this day.
Yeah, they do.
They still doing that. You think they ain't? They know who to pull over. They know who to give tickets to. I mean,
They give my ass a speeding ticket every time they pull me over. I've got like 7 or 8.
God almighty, Doc. Damn. Damn. 7 or 8 speed tickets. Do you still have a driver's license?
Remember
article?
Yes, I do. Remember who my favorite person in the whole wide world used to be?
Yeah. Wait a minute, no, who?
Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt. Mm-hmm. Dale Earnhardt. You got it.
Yep.
No, my brother. My
Hey,
brother
Ginger.
had dirt track cars for years. Years. And later on, I was very young. He'd take me, I was like 13, 14. He said a few years after they stopped, he said the stupidest thing I ever done was not went ahead and put her behind the wheel.
Who said that?
You're talking
My
about,
brother.
You're talking about Kelly?
Huh?
Are you talking about his daughter?
No, I'm talking about my brother and
She
his dirt
was
cars.
messing a while ago.
Oh, but Earnhardt's my hero.
I met him.
I met him 3 times.
Let me tell y'all something. To see that crash on video, you wouldn't think it's that bad to see it on television. But from what I heard, the people who was around that, who actually was there, they said the crash sounded bad. And they said I forgot who looked in the car and just walked away with horror, like he couldn't believe he got sick when he looked in there.
Kenny,
It was Schrader that found him.
Yeah,
Ken Schrader that found him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they said he can't. They asked Ken Schrader. He said he don't want to talk about it. He said it was
No,
that
this.
it was that
Jay,
horrible.
he was on Earnhardt Jr.'s podcast not too awfully long ago, and Earnhardt Jr. told him that he would never know the respect that the family had that he had kept that secret for them.
Did you know that Sterling Marlin got death threats?
Got
You know
Yeah,
what?
that, Trish? He
Got
was
what?
receiving death threats because of
Yeah,
the crash. They
he
blamed him.
made
They
contact,
blamed him for
and
years.
he received death threats.
that's all in the
Well,
sport. That's all in the. That I mean, you crash. That's what happens. You crash into each other. That's what happens.
Well,
I
like in
call it.
the
I
80s,
call it NASCAR bumper cars.
and
That's
like
what
in
I
the
call it.
80s,
Yeah,
and like the,
it
and like the,
happens.
when we had the Indy 500, I think it was like in the 80s, early 90s, there was a driver named Gordon Smiley, and he had a crash, and that's kind of why they kind of changed their safety because the wheels like were knocked off and ejected into the crowd, and it killed like 2 people.
Yeah, it happened. It happened a few times. It actually happened not too long ago. This was back. Well, this was in the late '90s. It happened. I want to say it's Charlotte, and then it also happened. It happened in Texas as well.
Mike, I'm
They
losing
actually.
battery. I gotta hang up. My phone's dying.
All
Love
right,
you,
lady.
Lori.
Love you.
Thank you for having me. Love you
Have a good
too.
night, C.
Thank you
Have a good
guys.
night.
Bye bye. Good night.
My favorite person. I swear to God, I love that woman.
I'm
So hey, Wolf or Wolfie, sorry.
Yes, sir.
So going back to what you were saying earlier, it's one of those things where it's like commonplace in like pretty much all society is like as long as you have a majority that do bad things, the minority of that group is always going to be overlooked and they're just going to be lumped together.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I get what you're saying, because I've met plenty of good cops, but unfortunately, there's a majority who are just arrogant and
Oh man. Yes, sir.
corrupt.
Yes.
But because you have that majority, the minority of that group is being ignored and they're just getting lumped in. So it's like all cops are bad.
And all cops can't stop it. It's a sad thing. As a matter of fact, my cards, my little can y'all mute for a second? Cause I'm getting echo. um, my cards that I give out. There was a little incident going on today, and these cops were beside the road, beside their car, standing there. I mean, it wasn't a bad incident. I think it was some kind of charity, something going on, and the cops was directing traffic on one side. So I got right where the cops were at, and I gave them each one of them my card, my kidney card, because I'm, asking for donors, and I gave them my kidney card, and they were nice about it. They were very, very, very nice about it. And the other cops they give, he wanted me to actually um give him some more cards if I had some, because he's gonna give it that he's gonna give it to the people at the station. So I gave him a few more cards. So but I mean, I try to be nice. I try to be nice to him, but because my father's gone, because of somebody that looks like them, and I'm not blaming all cops. I'm not blaming all cops, but you know, somebody who wears that uniform took my father away from me, and
Well,
I'm just
that would be like everybody blaming you for that Carmela's attitude.
yeah.
And, you've got to, and it's
I
fucking
still
hard
can't
because I
believe
just don't like people in the fucking aisles.
Doc,
People too many damn years in a fucking grocery store.
Doxy. I still can't believe she said that. Do I supposed to feel sad because of your? Because, what?
I know.
I'm
No,
I can't
sorry.
sir.
believe
Just
she
fucking leave.
said that. No, let me explain. No, you don't have to explain that. You just said that. And Rican like, fuck that shit. He kind of hurt
I
the fuck
think
out
that
of me.
they do that. Her and what's her name? That's in politics. Can't think of her name right now. I think they
Candace?
honestly, yeah, Candace Owens. I kept thinking Condoleezza Rice, but that wasn't hers. But
Oh,
I
don't
honestly
get me.
believe that those women
Don't get me
think
started on her. Don't.
that they're
Because I'll
going
Who?
lose
to.
my mind.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute, geek. Geek, hold on. What is the geek? What is it?
Wait. What am I fact checking?
I'm getting you started. I'm getting
Wait,
you started on it. Let's go.
I honestly believe
Is the
that
geek
they
or is the
think
geek or,
by
or
turning
they,
their backs on their community and sucking up to white people like Donald Trump, he's going to give them some money and help get them rich. And that
yeah,
ain't ever going to fucking
yeah.
happen.
Candace Owens is an ableist.
Wait.
There you go,
Candace
that was
Owens.
lady, not geek. I'm sorry.
Candace Owens is an
Donald Trump.
ableist.
Donald Trump give anybody any money? Come on, man.
Exactly. Well, you know, they may want to let him grab their kitty.
I'm still waiting on
Mike,
Bill
what did
Gates
you
to allow
say?
me.
Excuse
Michael,
me.
go ahead.
I
What's going on,
showed
lady?
my pussy on this screen for a good 5 minutes and Mike had nothing to say, and I'm disappointed.
Oh, there you go,
I
then.
I
said,
said,
Then.
"Aw, cute."
I said,
Well, I was
look
eating
at the survey.
cheesecake. After my sandwich, I had a piece of cheesecake.
What kind of
Lady.
cheesecake?
I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing because my TikTok wife is up here, so I gotta be quiet.
That's right. You've got to behave. You know
What
I'm
what do
going
you
to be driving through there the 26th. You'd
Yeah, where
hate
you
for me to
going?
come
Where you say
sliding
you
in
going now?
sideways.
Where do you
One
say
of
you
the Outer
going?
Banks. Outer Banks.
Yeah, you gonna have fun there. That's nice
It's
down there.
beautiful. It's
I
beautiful
go.
out
I've
there.
been going every year for about 15 years.
Yeah,
Sometimes twice a year.
yeah. All right, guys. Because she's in my ear now, telling me God is telling me time for you to go. You need to hang up. You need to hang up. You need to hang up. I gotta go. So thank
Have a good night,
everybody.
Mike.
I appreciate it.
Right.
Always good to see you.
You too.
Y'all
You
have
too.
a good night. Be safe. God bless.
All right. You too, buddy. Wolfie, nice meeting you, my friend.
You too, brother.
All right now.
And oh,
I'm
Mike,
done.
real quick
Uh
before
huh.
you go,
Uh huh.
you can call me buddy anytime you want. That ain't disrespectful.
I know, right? Okay. I got you, man. Y'all have a good one, man.
You too.
All right. Bye bye.